So, last time,
Some sick shit.
we kind of ventured out into Lillypad Slough for the first time. We returned, where did we start? We started back in the Dragon's Rest, kind of ending our conversation with Narash and receiving kind of negotiations for reward as far as Corinth spell focus. That's where we started last time. You stopped, you got a free meal at the Dragon's Rest, and while there you met Beren and his jolly crew of elementary schoolers who were preparing to head out into the swamp for a camping trip with the Junior Trailblazers. Had a little conversation with him, kind of just broadly about kobold stuff. And then you went to the shop up on the hill, the blacksmith / tannery / leatherworking place. Negotiated with her, kind of whooped her ass in some negotiations. You met, what was her name? Welna. You met Welna, the old halfling lady that was kind of running the storefront when you were there. She mentioned having a wife as well, who you did not meet, but mentioned that her wife was a hunter in the area and hadn't noticed anything particular going on out in the swamp that rang as strange to her. You followed that up by going home and taking a nap. And when you woke up, you visited with Lensa, and Lensa told you a little bit more about Old Lillypad. You learned that Old Lillypad was, the vast majority of what the former city was, kind of not a half and half deal as far as what's occupied right now versus what's not. The vast majority of the old city is destroyed at this point. She also mentioned that it's been infested with giant spiders for a few hundred years at this point. It's just been a big ass giant spider nest for the last at least couple hundred years.
Fuck yeah.
You decided to maybe pursue that later, but not right now.
Right now we decided not to get impaled by gigantic spider fangs.
You then went down and visited with Cricky and I guess sort of Luca down at the docks. He was there too because they were kind of doing the shift changeover. Cricky gave you a little bit more insight as far as what's been going on in the swamp, kind of more information about the sort of schism that formed. Talked about how Zix kind of came into town proselytizing for Narash as, a real true dragon that the kobolds should be following to
Dragon Jehovah.
Yeah, to the promised land. The original tribes of Kotima, and that the people who were in Lillypad Slough were sort of people who bought into it, and the people who were still out in Veezim were the people who kind of rejected that. And so also kind of learned that that Cricky was kind of somebody of some prominence in Veezim before this, was, not the boss in charge of the place, but was somebody who kind of mattered in a way that Zix was not. Then you went and you followed that up with a conversation with Zix, and he again kind of reiterated a lot of the same stuff that Cricky said, expressed his reverence for Narash, explained kind of how he came to see that. He mentioned that, they tried to jump him out on the road when he was coming into town a few months ago, and he killed his whole party except for Zix, specifically using magic to do so. You also learned that Zix isn't particularly shy about the fact that he knows magic and is a warlock. You were a little trepidatious about that coming in, not necessarily wanting to kind of walking on eggshells in that conversation, but Zix, you learned that he does not give a shit. He was
yep. Death magic.
He's yep, I have powers. I get them from Narash. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is the power of my god. And
would you like to come to fucking service later.
And following that up, decided to go out and visit Veezim. And so using the map that you guys had made somewhere. I don't remember where that map came from. I don't remember what part of the...
Copying the map.
You copied it from...
Lensa.
Yeah, was it in Lensa's library? Is that where you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we asked her about it first.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know, here's a map. Look at this. Not wanting to take the old map. We copied it.
Made your way out to Veezim, and so it is currently like midnight 30-ish.
Sure is, folks.
Sure is. We're very excited about it.
Little John stalks these woods.
And
Yeah, that won't happen.
Did you hear that?
so it's currently midnight 30 out in the swamp, and you guys are approaching Veezim, and you're just approaching via what seems to be like the main entrance of town. Not trying to be sneaky or anything like that, just walking right on up, and
Hello,
you met
friends.
2 kobolds that are kind of just standing guard by the entrance of town. There's not like walls or anything like that around the town. There's just like kind of 2 dudes.
What do kobolds think of turtles? Because we're not dragons, but we are like reptiles. Is there some sort of like kinship there?
I would say probably not particularly. Because dragon turtles are also a thing. there's probably like, if you're doing your like racial draft of your favorite races, like they'd probably pick turtles over a lot of them, but not like a thing where they're like, oh, a turtle friend.
I don't know. I just wondered. I was wondering how dragonish are turtles, I guess, is the question.
I like the my headcanon with dragon turtles is that they kind of get dunked on by dragons. they're like slightly weaker, and my headcanon is that they like are nerds who get bullied by dragons.
Your dragon turtle is so ugly you couldn't even have another dragon.
Steam breath? What even is that?
Man, I don't want to get bullied by dragons. That sucks, man. Sorry.
Dragon turtles. We're just turtles.
We're
so
just
like
turtles.
we would be super less cool. We wouldn't even be worth acknowledging.
Yeah. Let's not do.
And so as you walk up, you see the two guards, which are don't jump out to you as anything special other than being a couple dudes who are holding like spears, basically. Yeah,
Guys being dudes.
just a couple guys being dudes. And they kind of straighten up and like be guards as you approach.
So is midnight for them like noon for dayfaring racing?
Yeah, I would say that yeah, you can probably treat it as pretty much just a straight 12 opposite kind of deal. 8 a.m. is like when you're getting up as a kobold who's not on the day shift. Not working the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
The anti-graveyard shift.
Mm-hmm.
The church shift.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
So, do they react in any way as we approach?
I said they kind of straighten up and they're not pointing their weapons at you, but they're
they don't say
we were relaxed, we were vibing, and now we're not.
They kind of come to attention or whatever. What do you guys think? Should we say? Hello.
Yeah, just do a hello.
We're more or less here as rack business, right?
Yeah.
So we could.
Is it who goes there? What's your business here?
He current is waving around his quarterstaff.
One damage to a tree as we walk by.
Crit the tree.
Pulling an Abe Lincoln over there.
Should we say why we're in? Should we say we're here for the mayor or whatever?
Yeah, and I'll say that, like I said, you've had 4 hours worth of walking to get out here. Whatever plan you guys want to come up with on the approach, you're not walking up and then being wait a minute, huddle.
As usual, as we always do.
Yeah. So we kind of, I say we just go up and just say hey, we don't have any audience set up, but we have some information that you or your mayor might be interested in. Can we talk to him? And the information that he might be interested in is that we can act as a liaison between the town and out here. What did you say?
Nice bag.
Like we've gotten at least a picture of the situation in town, and then I don't know, it might be worth it to hear their side, and then also offer our services as an
I'd say
intermediary.
I'm less suspicious of the village as I am
Me too. Yeah.
of the people that are following.
The ones in town seem like a cult.
A little culty. But that's just kind of how they are. But
Yeah, and I'll say, like, in regards to Cricky in particular, I don't know if I did, like, a great job kind of getting her kind of stance on it fully across. She is, like, a true believer in Narash as, like, yes, this is a dragon we should be following, but she's also very much, like, a pragmatist about it, where she's, like, the fact that this is, like, a dragonborn instead of a dragon is, like, a sign of, like, we should be interacting with, like, the other humanoids more.
Oh.
And, like, she's like, yes, the lifestyle we have here in town is better than what we had out in the swamp, and so she's like, this is salvation for us, because, like, our life is, like, materially better here than what it has been.
Interesting. So basically, she's just like, this is an intentionally weaker, like physically weaker. You know what I mean? Leader.
So not even necessarily weaker, but different.
But like, just I mean, in terms of like, a dragonborn can't like burn down an entire city, can they? Well, maybe.
level 20? Isn't it level 20 maybe?
Maybe they could. Yeah, I don't know. Do we know about what level like Norash is?
You know he has some magic. You know he is capable of fighting off 5 kobolds at once. Beyond that.
Giving magic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't know that. Oh, yeah. You know
that.
Yeah, I guess you do know
He
that.
is the
yeah.
better on
deity
what-
for
yeah.
Warlock, I guess.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you screwed the pooch. You gave us information.
You know that, his, that Zix claims him as his patron as a warlock.
And I guess my question is he like actually himself powerful enough, or is he just like a conduit for some other higher being or something?
That's what we gotta figure out.
That's what.
I guess that's what we're figuring out.
Yeah.
But
I'd say we'd be upfront.
just tell him what we know.
Yeah.
Tell them what we're doing, and we're trying to be impartial.
Yeah.
So are we here about the kobold issue or the things going missing?
We're here because they're their village is getting messed up.
Okay.
And then like
Their eggs.
basically we are speculating that this political issue is the cause of it.
Okay. And well, they also think that.
The ones in town do.
The ones in
the
town
ones that-
think
You're right. Just you're
the
right.
ones in town think it's God, and I guess that would also mean then Norash, because if Norash is their god, and God is punishing
Yeah,
them.
and what both Cricky and Zix sort of articulated on that point is they don't think that, like, Narash is going out there and, like, stealing eggs. They think that, like, it's less that Narash is, like, God and more Narash is, like, an aspect of God or, like, a prophet sort of figure. Where,
Jesus.
like, they're being punished not by Narash, but because they are rejecting Narash.
Yeah, okay. Holy shit.
Because they, again, mentioned this last session, there's, like, a whole draconic pantheon of gods, and, like, the standard way that kobolds operate is they congregate around, like, a real flesh and blood dragon. Like, I mean, these guys had a black dragon that, like, got killed by just, like, a bunch of, you know, townies, like, firing arrows and casting spells at it. Like,
Oh wait, the dragon got killed?
they had it.
This one, the
Yeah,
one
they had a
that-
dragon centuries ago.
Mhm.
So, like, this is the remnants of...
But it was when they were attacking Lillypad Slough, that's when they killed the dragon?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And so they've been spending...
It's like The Hobbit.
It is kind of, yes. I realized that after I made this. But yeah, so their dragon died, and, like, part of what's happened here, and again, this was mentioned at some point, is that, like, the kobolds in the swamp are sort of the descendants of the followers of this dragon, and they've just been kind of out in the swamp, like, kind of just, like, aimlessly being like, yeah, we'll raid for a little while until the townies get mad enough at us to come, like, stomp our shit in, and then we'll disperse, and then we'll recongregate and do it again. And
So are they kind of nomadic, in a way?
We'll fuck around and
Like
see
swamp
what
nomads, kind of?
What's been happening is basically they congregate into a village, and, like, the village you're walking up on is, like, probably pretty comparable in size to what, like, Lillypad Slough is. Like, it's pretty similar population-wise. But basically what's been happening for the last, like I said, 400 plus years here at this point is like the kobolds get dispersed out into the swamp. They form their own little itty-bitty groups, kind of raiding party things. At some point, somebody gets enough clout to like have a village organize around them. They make a village. They start like escalating their raiding activities. The town gets mad and sends some heroes to go, like I said, beat their shit in.
It's like a gift economy.
And then they get redispersed and then recongregate eventually later.
That's
Like,
cool. Yeah. So right now, where are they in their growth?
yeah, right now they have like a kind of singular like main village that they're operating out of, and it's Veezim. So they're at like kind of relative to the last 100 years, like at one of their like organizational peaks right now.
Yeah. Interesting. So I think, yeah, are we all in agreement then that we'll just approach and just be like, here's all the information we have about town and what the situation is, and we're wondering if it's connected to your guys' issues out here and if we can help.
So what information are you telling them as far as what's going on in town?
I'd say for just the guards that we're here to talk to.
Yeah, just for the guards, we'll just look for an audience. Yeah.
Talking to
Maldor.
Yeah.
Maldor, getting an audience for their problems.
And so you're saying that, what? You're just walking up and saying, hey, we want to talk to Maldor. We hear you got problems.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Seems fair. I don't know. Seems like he might be interested. Especially if we approach with our weapons all put away and stuff.
You can say weapons are drawn.
Hey, you guys have any issues?
Are you articulating that you're affiliated with Rack or like the Kotima crown in any way? Like you're just are you just like some schmucks that are walking out and like, hey, let us talk to your leader?
I think we bring Rack. I don't know. Seems fair to me. I guess on the other hand, though, you said that heroes come out here all the time and fucking kill them all. So maybe not. Maybe we should just be like, oh, hey, we're some traders. We're some merchants or something. You know what I mean? Merchants can get into a lot of places that other people can't.
The clipboard.
Clipboard, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a proverbial clipboard.
I'd say not yet. Just say we're a couple of adventurers looking to investigate.
You got problems.
Okay. And so you're looking to get an audience with Maldor. You're just looking to investigate the goings on out here. Roll me. One of you roll me persuasion. I'll say you can roll with advantage because I'll let one of you give a help action to whoever's rolling.
Yeah,
I have no persuasion.
I have 0 persuasion.
Alright, I got +4 persuasion. Yes, it's me. Okay, so
17.
17. Or
17.
that's a 7 + 4, so 17.
And the guard, I guess, believes this pitch. He's like, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard things about what's going on out here. It's weird that you're interested in doing anything about it. We've never had this happen before. But this is weird enough that it seems like it's beyond my pay grade, and I think this escalates to Maldor anyway.
You have gold. We have pockets.
And the one guard just like nods to the other guard, and they lead you to what seems to be sort of a kind of a central building in the village here.
What kind of building is it?
It's a like wood and like thatch roof kind of building. It's big and round. Like notably the biggest building in the village.
Is it on like stilts or is it right on the ground?
It's right on the ground. And as you go, there's not like a real, I guess, door on it. It's like a beaded curtain that you're going through.
Cool.
And as you go in there, you see a bunch of other kobolds just kind of mulling around. And there's like a bench that the guard like indicates for you to like take a seat on and wait.
It's like the audience bench.
And he says, I'll let them know that you're here to speak with Maldor, and it might be a minute, but you should be able to get in today.
Sick.
Tonight. And he goes off and like puts a whisper in the ear of like one of the guards that like is in this building, like stationed here, and that guy like moves off kind of out of sight. Like there's like walls in this building. There's rooms. It's not just like one big open space in here. So he goes through like a kind of similar sort of curtain-y type of door, and
Nice.
like in your left, sitting on a bench, there's, like I said, a couple kobolds mulling around. Like a couple of them are armed, seem like guards, but there's also a couple that are just kind of hanging out, maybe waiting to get an audience too.
What's it look like in this room?
Looks like a waiting room.
There's like fucking like tiles on the ceiling and stuff. Or...
No, I mean, like I said, it's like a thatch roof, so it's like wood / like plant material building.
Cool.
There's a ficus over here, and
Yeah.
Is there like a fire like roaring in the center of the room or something? I feel like that'd be cool.
Not in this room.
Yeah.
Like I said, it seems like there's like kind of you're in like an entry room space. Like,
Okay, I see.
people are just sort of mulling around waiting. Like, so there's a couple guards waiting around, and you can probably assume that like you go through that door that the guard went through. You're probably in like either in the big boss room or like in the on deck circle for the big boss room. You want to do anything while you're sitting here waiting, or
Any interesting reading material?
yeah.
absolutely not?
Is there a receptionist we can talk to?
Like I said, there's some kobolds mulling around. So there's like when you came in, the guard talked to one of the other guards as far as
What are the
kind of
kobolds?
passing information along.
Do these look like rich kobolds or poor kobolds that are in here?
I'll say the guards are definitely like have a little bit nicer stuff to them than what the guards at the front gate did. They're like, a royal guard rather than just some schmucky city guard kind of
Kobold
guys.
praetorian.
Schmuckies.
Corinth leans over and asks how long that the closest kobold tomb has been waiting for, to make sure that we aren't waiting here for like
No.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wakes up, she's in a sleeping bag.
What day of the week is it?
I haven't eaten. But she's like, yeah, the guard said he'd probably get in today.
We got a while.
I'd like to do a thumb twiddle check.
Your flipper twiddle.
Yeah.
We're not thumbs. We're not sea turtles.
Sea turtles? That'd be kind of cool for like underwater.
You guys have like, I don't know if you guys have 5 fingers or if you have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hands.
I'm
Where
like,
it's 3 and two big fingers and a thumb.
This turtle has 5 fingies.
Okay.
Well, 4 fingies and a thumb.
is there some sort of like kobold aristocrat I can speak to in here?
Yeah, I'll say there's like a guy who has like he's got like a neck frill on.
I want to go talk to him.
Like notably like is like like an aristocratic type guy.
I like go and sit next to the aristocrat and then like just barely peek my head out of my shell. I'm like, "What's up, man?"
And he sees you walk over to him and like kind of saddle up next to him, and like as you sit down, he like scoots away a bit.
Rude.
He's like, "Are you new here?"
I'm like, "Yes, sir. I'm here to meet Maldor.
Oh,
What are you here for?"
I'm also here to meet Maldor.
Oh, really? What do you meet Maldor for?
Oh no.
Yeah, he's just gonna go in, I guess. He's like, Yeah, the west side of town has been my. He's like here to like complain about like crime rates on the west side of town. There's like 40 people in this town, and this guy's like a small business owner he's like here to like be a shithead about like
So I'm
low
like,
income
oh
kobolds around
man,
his business.
that's so tough. Can you tell me more about it? I'm like really putting him on. Like, oh man, just tell me more.
Yeah, and he's like, I do a service for this town. I'm a job creator. I am somebody who, he said, helps out the town. It's unbecoming to call yourself this, but I've heard that I've been called a hero. And
when those like trick out of his shell, like
I'm really struggling to maintain laughter, but I'm playing it off as if it's like some sort of turtle like sound of like affirmation, like
and you go over to the west side of town, and there's kobolds out there who barely even like have a loincloth on out there, and they're sitting outside of my business, and they're scaring off my customers.
And what's he wearing by chance?
So he's got like
The frill.
yeah
Just
sure.
the real.
Yeah, he's actually wearing a grill shirt. He stole it from somebody.
the crime rate is atrocious because I'm doing the crime.
He has a neck frill, a bow tie, and like also a loincloth, but it's like got like a paisley pattern on it.
So I just kind of like ignore the fact that he looks pretty much identical to the other loincloth wearing ones.
Yeah,
So he has
it's
the silly
a
frill.
very like well cut, like tailored, like rectangular loincloth that he's got.
Like
It's
the
hemmed on the
SpongeBob.
edges instead of tattered. Yeah.
Monogram.
So I say, like, well, so what's your solution? What do you think? How do you think your government should solve this problem?
Well, I would just like to have a bunch of guards stationed out there, and when they come near my business and I say don't be near my business, the guards come and beat them up and take them away.
And what is your business?
When the raiding parties go out and steal stuff from the folks on the road, I buy it from them and I sell it. He's got like a pawn shop.
He's
for-
a
professional middleman.
He's a fence. Oh man, how rich would you say you are compared to like Maldor and then like everybody else in town?
How rich are you compared to the president?
Yeah, I don't fucking care. There's like 40 people in this town. I just want to know.
He's like, I'm the richest man in town. Like
He's
comfortably.
the literal 1%
Yeah.
and the 2%.
Okay, how can I really suck up to this guy?
Go beat up some poor kobolds.
Oh god, the one with that. I don't know.
Correction, uncles.
This is a very coherent character that totally existed before this event.
I'm excited. I'll just be like, well, okay, here's my card, and I pull out like my turtle like American Psycho card, and I'm like, let's see Paul Allen's card. Just kidding, I don't have a business card, but
That was like a very like anime handhold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a Yu-Gi-Oh!
Very Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah.
The cards.
You have-
I activate my trap
Yeah,
card.
you give him a Karibo that just has your name scribbled on it.
I don't know, but I really impress upon him like my countenance and my name, and
So you're like an adventurer. You like fight things like
Yes.
professionally.
exactly. I'm a-
Fight the shit out of
These are my compatriots here. They're the true leaders. You know, I'm just here to fucking talk up real, job creating businessmen such as yourself. And that's why,
He's like, I tried to go to a city council meeting last month and raise my case and tell them how important I was and how if I didn't get my way, I would like have to move my business out of town and shut down. And they just like didn't hear it from me. They were like, everyone seemed like they thought I was an asshole, and I said I've been called a hero by some. The raiding parties wouldn't have anybody to sell their stuff to if it wasn't for me.
Well, that sounds.
And also,
good.
I employ 2 people.
Yeah. Wow, what a job creator.
That's 4% or whatever.
Is there anybody else?
5%.
Is there anybody else in here waiting in line, other than this guy? I'm just seeing if we can just budge in front of him.
Oh, we were standing in line. You're like, oh my god, been forever. Hi, how are you? As you like rotate around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like as you're like wrapping up this conversation, you're being like, who else can I fucking bug about? The guard comes out and calls that guy in
Damn
to
it.
like his meeting. And he like disappears through the curtain. He goes through a curtain, and then after he goes through the curtain, you hear like an actual door open and close too.
Holy shit, they got real doors in there.
Damn, they're rich. They got doors.
And you're left with a couple of guards and that lady who you talked to about the wait time.
Are we there yet?
I'm just reading my scrolls now.
Wendell's gonna pull out his flute and just like.
I don't know. I have stealth +5. But I don't really want to be creepy in this town.
Stealth total.
Yeah, bro, just chill. Like,
It's a fully viable option to say we'll sit and wait until we get called into this room.
Yeah, let's
don't you have an instrument for being a wanderer?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
bird pipes.
Let's instrument.
You're all pipe band.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read in the corner away from them.
And so yeah.
Away from us.
Yeah.
I'm not affiliated with
So
you.
yeah, and like 15 minutes later, like the lady that was here that you talked to gets called into for her thing, and
God damn it. We should have budged.
another 20 minutes after that, like the guard's like, you guys didn't tell us your names, but the party from the 2 turtles and the water guy.
Water guy.
Alright.
Water guy.
You're
Water
out.
boy.
Okay, Adam Sandler.
Alright,
Adam
here we go.
Salamander.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Lizard.
because he's a fuck. What are these guys called again?
Kobolds.
Kobold. Yeah.
Oh.
No, you Adam Salamander, because water boy.
Oh. Right. Except salamanders are traditionally fire elementals.
It's true.
That is true. That's very fair.
Alright, in we go.
All right, let's squat up.
Newts or water?
Newts.
That's what it is. I was going more for the Sandler and Salamander.
No, yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, you go in, like I said, you go through your curtain, and there's, like I said, it's another little room there, but it's kind of shuffle you right on through it, and go through a like real wooden door. It's like not a great door, but it's there. A door that would like prevent sound from passing through it if you had tried to do a perception check and listen in on somebody's conversation.
Oh, hey,
That curtain
guys,
wouldn't.
I was told not to be sneaky.
And you walk in, and you're in a room, and there is like it's like a conference table almost that's in there, with a kobold kind of sitting like in the middle of it that you can probably surmise is probably Maldor. And he's got 2 like notably like real like buff tough looking kobolds like on
Ooh.
either side of him.
Nice.
I'll tell our kobolds. I don't think I know that.
3
Like,
to 4.
Yeah, like 3.5.
Okay, so they're still
Yeah.
like
they're notably like big and tough, but yeah, they're like 4 foot tall still. 4 foot tall, but like 2% body fat kobolds.
Holy shit.
Does he look tough? Does more
Maldor.
Yeah, what does he look like?
Does Maldor look tough, or does he look kind of meh?
Maldor does not look notably tough at all. He doesn't seem any more physically imposing than like any other kobold you've seen around.
Does he say anything as we enter?
And as you wander up, there's like sort of it's almost like a little podium thing that's like kind of there in front of their table. It's a city council meeting. You're walking it on, kind of. And there's like a little, like I said, thing there where if you had brought notes, you could have like put them down on there to like be able to refer to them when you're talking. And as you come in, the one you assume to be Maldor is just like, state your business.
Does he say it pretty plainly? Is he not like?
Yeah, he like definitely like takes note that you're like not just some kobolds walking in. He's like, this is a little weird, but I'm like playing it cool.
I mean, I feel like he can know that with part of the core. I don't know if he's got like a bias towards the core one way or another.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern is that he's concerned about us being like with the crown TM. You know?
TM.
I don't know. I feel like we can just be like, hello, we would like to help you with the fucked up shit that's happening to your village, but maybe a little bit more like
More eloquent.
eloquent than that.
Here, your village sucks, dude.
You'll just get bodied.
Heard like
Heard you guys got dunked on.
heard like
Why
a
didn't you
third of your
help
people
out?
fucking bailed because they hate you, man.
Kind of a shit leader.
I don't know, man. You're a leader. You gotta fucking prepare for that kind of shit. That's what people are gonna say. You know?
I'd say. Hi, we're adventurers, and we've heard that there is a problem that we may have the ability to help solve.
And what problem would that be?
Well, we've heard that your eggs have been getting taken, your children disappearing, and other general misfortunes. I don't know if you believe this to be a religious or spiritual occurrence, but I personally do have insight into that stuff too. If that is of any help.
So I assume you're coming from Lillypad Slough then? I assume you've spoken to Cricky?
Yes.
We have, and we don't know if we don't think she's telling the whole story.
Or that there could be more to learn.
Yes.
We just think it's weird that they're worshipping the tavern keep.
And he, not to the, like, two buff folks with him, but, like, to the guards that definitely don't have names that are, like, by the door that, like, led you in here, is like, why don't you guys step outside for a minute here? We'll be okay.
Oh shit, are they gonna fucking kick our asses? Wait, who's stepping out? The guards are?
The other two guards, yeah.
Okay.
The non-fancy guards. Well, the less.
The
middle fancy.
The middle tier guards.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The not personal bodyguards, but also the better than city
These are the purple guards.
guards.
The ones at the outside are blue. These are purple, and then those are orange guards up by the.
The legendary guard.
Yeah, those are legendary guards.
It is. Then after those two guys leave, Maldor is like, it hasn't been officially acknowledged that the things you're referring to are happening.
Oh shit. Are we talking to the deep state now? I don't actually say that out loud. I just think that in my head. Sorry.
Deep state's during our frogs day.
I don't like them putting.
Chemicals in the water.
The people that are in the room with us right now are in the know on this, though. There's a certain element where reality needs to be acknowledged, but the fact that children are being stolen and that most of the water that we've typically relied on is poisoned right now is obviously something that needs to be acknowledged and dealt with. But it's also not something we necessarily want to openly acknowledge to the common rabble, and also acknowledge that we don't have any real solution to it.
So
I
what are you
appreciate
telling them about not drinking the water then?
We've been supplying water from an outside source independently.
Well, yeah, but obviously they have to note that the water is not coming from the well anymore.
Yeah, the normal well in the middle of town has experienced some damage and
Do you have
is under construction.
Oh,
right
so you
now.
broke it.
Do you have any of this well water right now?
What was that?
Yeah,
Do you have any of this well water close by?
like a sample. Yeah.
No, we didn't collect water from it.
Can you?
I mean, yeah, the well is still there. Like I said, we basically just knocked the top part of it over and put a sign on it that said
Yeah.
under.
Do not
Yeah.
Do you have any idea about how the eggs and hatchlings? Do you have any evidence about? Are there any circumstances around that we haven't heard of? We just heard about the general issue.
Hmm. Again, I'm a little. I don't know you people. This is very sensitive information that you are asking for and about. I assume you've heard things from Cricky and presumably also Zix, who are at this stage both deeply wanted criminals in this town.
Yeah.
So I am a little. I don't necessarily want to just divulge a bunch of state secrets to you.
We'll reassure you, we are trying to be impartial. That's why we came to get your side of things as well.
Roll a persuasion check.
Just Andy?
Ooh, yeah, baby. Persuasion?
21.
Yeah, you can have it with advantage. I'll say,
Well,
since
I rolled
already-
a
21.
Yeah, okay, so
21.
17 plus 4, yeah, 21.
And so, what are you proposing to do? Like, if we give you what information we have, what are you going to do about it?
So mostly, I feel like the issue we have is we want to know why there's a schism, why there are people who are being harmed, poisoning the well, and stealing children, or like incredibly abhorrent acts or whatever. Like I say something like that, and so we want that to come to an end, and we want to resolve the crisis. And it seems like, from what we picked up in town at least, that the linchpin of this issue is religion, and an argument of people who are following Narash and people who are loyal to you. And we understand that these issues are sensitive, but at the same time, as outside actors, we don't really have skin in the game. We're mostly just here to try and stabilize as much of the countryside and raise quality of life for anybody we come across. So if you could just give us the information.
What can you tell me about Narash?
We know he's a dragonborn, and we know that he's got magic.
We know that he's a black dragonborn, which is the coincident element that you guys also follow. And that
Have you seen him? Have you seen his magic at all?
we've seen a follower of his magic who claimed to take from Narash as his source.
And I
You've
do.
met Zix.
I have detected a focus on him as well.
On 6, right? We didn't
Both.
Oh, both? Okay.
Also, it's important to us, very important to us, to know what their intentions are from you guys, because they currently have a piece of a magical artifact that belongs to a member of our party, and we want to make sure that that's not being trapped.
Ah.
So
I've never met Narash. I don't know the man. I can't speak to what powers he actually has beyond assuming Zix is
Accurate.
reliable on any level. that he's capable of wiping out one of our raiding parties by himself, which, granted, is strong. But the fact that, I said, about a third of my town has bought into the idea that this is a real, true dragon that we need to be acting in service to has obviously presented some issues for me, and these unfortunate circumstances in town that have kind of followed that up have not been great for me as a leadership position.
Meta question. They think that Narash is an actual dragon, like on the back of your DM screen, burned down Lillypad
Or just a
dragon. Or do they not understand that he's a dragonborn?
They
Because I missed that somewhere.
Yeah.
They think he's an actual dragon.
they don't think he is like a walks around on four legs, has
Okay.
wings dragon. No.
Okay. They know. They do know
They-
that there is a difference. They're
Yeah.
not that far disconnected
Yeah.
from like
Correct.
history and such.
It's
Okay.
kind of like a true dragon, almost
Yeah.
like title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Okay.
The fact that those two incidents coincide so deeply, so closely, has again not been kind to my approval around town. Even as I said, even though officially nothing is happening.
So people haven't been rallying around your guys' cause in the face of an external threat.
Some do. Some go to Lillypad Slough.
So does that imply that everybody in town is a close follower of yours? That they are all somehow attached to you?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, are they fanatical in their biases, or are there some that are like, well, I do think he's right, Narash is right. But
Yeah, and what I'll say is that it's not like everybody who's in Lillypad Slough like picked up and left at once. Like there was a certain
People
group
have been
that
filtered away.
left, but it's been
Triple here, triple
couple,
there.
couple here, couple there, and there's
the pragmatic
maybe
ones.
20 kobolds in Lillypad Slough right now.
Mhm.
That have kind of collectively left Veezim. And so yeah, there was like a group of say 8 of them that left like right away with Cricky and Zix when they left.
So those are probably the fanatics, and the ones that left later are probably more pragmatic.
Where they're like, yeah, life out here has been a problem. We're gonna go somewhere where it's not. And is that it's been a relatively sort of consistent thing over the last 6 months or so. Is they said one here, 2 there, kind of all just picking up and leaving on their own. So it's not like everybody who's in town are like fanatically like committed to Maldor. But they're the on your like Maldor v Cricky spectrum, like there's kind of constantly like a bar that's like moving further towards Cricky. And like currently like the majority are still here in town of the like kobold population. Like I said, there's maybe 20 kobolds in the Lillypad Slough and probably 60 or 70 out here.
Wait, are people following Cricky?
Yeah, so Cricky's being viewed as the...
Cricky's kind of the ringleader of
Yeah.
the kobolds in Lillypad Slough.
But they all still
Yeah.
follow Narash.
Say Cricky was somebody who, like I said, like had some clout in town. Like getting Cricky to buy in was like a big get for Zix.
Okay.
And what kind of magic is Zix practicing? Do they know more about that at all?
Just warlock. But warlocks have many.
So have they said anything about who they think is stealing the eggs, or what? Or if they still don't want to divulge that information, can we at least start by going to the well and taking a... And I guess so maybe to phrase this as actually something I'm saying, I'll say, are you guys willing to tell us about the eggs, or should we just go to the poison well right now and take a sample and figure out what's wrong with that to start?
Well, I guess
Well,
we want to get a little, like, what do you... I mean, if I knew what was happening to the eggs, we'd have done something about it by now.
right.
Okay.
Well, if I get a sample, if I can go to the eggs, and if I can get some of that water, I can see if there's anything magical going on.
We're not letting you near our eggs.
Oh, yeah,
That's
start
fair.
with the
That's very
island.
fair. I mean, that's fair. But if I can get near your water at the very least, I can see if there's anything magical about the disturbance.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't have any problem with you doing stuff with the well. I said we're not using it right now.
And you can watch. You can send somebody to watch.
Yeah,
this.
and he
That's fine.
sends. You guys have anything else? I guess you want to ask him. Anything else you want to say?
Just be like, is there anything else that like we should know? Is there anything that your town needs doing or something?
Is there anything that
No, we've pretty well been. There's these problems have pretty well been the dominant thing here. I mean, we have when your water supply is bad and your kids are getting kidnapped regularly,
That's the
like
focus.
that tends to be the thing that dominates the conversation.
Okay.
Let's see. For now, I think we're good.
And so, are you heading out to the well right now?
I would assume.
Right off the rip here.
Yeah.
And he like nods over to one of the kobolds that's like next to him, and says, "This is Cobb. He is going to escort you to the well."
All right, corn.
Okay, Corn.
Corn.
Cornyn.
All right. Let's. Okay, so we're at the well. So
Pulling a lassie here.
I'll cast detect magic.
And also, can I do like a nature roll or something, or like a medicine roll?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom again. Do your rolls.
What should I do, nature or medicine?
Do nature.
Nature.
Neat.
I can also purify food and drink.
Oh yeah.
True.
In a 5-foot radius.
Okay, it's some water.
Like,
It's not a little. It's not a little bit of water, but some water.
I did a 15 on the water.
nice.
I punched that water real hard.
Someone poisoned the water hole.
And someone punched the water hole.
Someone punched the water hole.
I do have protection from poison, but that's for people, not like water.
Are black kobolds? No, they're acid, right? Not
Yes.
poison.
Yes, green is poison.
I was gonna say, because I feel like poison kobolds, like poison in the water hole, that shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah,
Unless it's poisonous to poison.
Yeah.
There's different.
super poison.
There's different
They
kinds
cleaned
of
our watering hole! What the fuck?
It's poison creatures can only eat poison things.
Yeah, it's running crystal clear! No!
All of their food contains a little bit of arsenic.
Yep.
It's like anti-venom.
No, it makes it poison. If you dilute it too much, then you die, I guess.
You got a 15?
On his nature check?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you were detecting magic?
Yep.
Okay.
Should have waited to get that ring back. Could have used identify. I don't know if identify is a little more. Identify is probably a little more powerful.
I don't know exactly how identify would work with like a well.
Just one
You have to take like a glass of water and
Right.
like identify on it, I guess.
Sip it, like do the wine test. Choose one object that you must touch to cast a spell. Learn its properties, how to use them. Yeah. I think identify is probably a little more powerful, but detect magic should at least do something.
Let's see.
Door is open.
Okay. And I'll say So are you guys like bringing a bucket of water up from the bottom and doing all this shit to it? Is that the idea? Or
Yeah.
are you just doing it to like the
Well,
well?
Well, mine works in 30 feet, so if the water table's within 30 feet or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's a swamp. The water table's 30 inches below.
Yeah.
But I'd say we draw some water up, and then
I'm still-
also
yeah.
I have my sphere of magic.
And so I will say with your detect magic, you do get a ping on this water,
Ooh, uh-oh.
What is my nature check?
and it is you're getting necromancy.
Ooh.
Oh shit, that's a nasty.
Is the school of magic that you're detecting kind of
Write that down.
around this water, in this water.
Death water.
And you said you got a 15 nature check.
I say I'll talk between both of them.
Appearance wise, like nature check wise, like you give it a sniff, you like give it a look over and
Swing
you're
it in your
like
mouth a little bit.
yeah, swish it a little bit, rub it on your gums a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You nothing like immediately rings strange on this from a like it seems. I mean, it's swamp water. Like it's not great. Like
It's
it's
just kind of tepid water.
yeah.
though.
You're like you touch it to your tongue and you're like yeah, it's like a 4.5, 5 probably.
Yeah. Do I feel my taste buds die when I put the water on?
Just that one spot you can no longer taste like
Yeah.
sour.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's some acidic, like clean enough, but like
It doesn't.
It's-
it doesn't seem to me dangerous.
no, doesn't ring as like naturally dangerous in
This
any way.
must be. This isn't poisoned. This
But yeah,
is
it-
cursed.
But yeah, it, with your detect magic, you detect necromancy on it.
Can I also check to see if anybody's looking at us kind of weird? Just, being a little too intent on us?
Roll me a perception check.
I mean, other than being two turtles and a
14.
water Nazi and
I just
looking
think,
at the well.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people that are just like rubbernecking as they're like,
Yeah.
going about their business around.
Can I try?
Question also: do turtles have night vision, dark vision?
You know,
All right, it's kind of dark, isn't it?
It's 1:30 a.m. out.
Do kobolds have night vision?
Yes.
Is the village like torched up very much?
There are like a few torches around, so like even if you don't have dark vision, like I'm not gonna dunk on you about it.
You could always see fucking in front of you, nerd.
I do not see anything under
Yeah, I
racial
don't
traits.
think so. Can I?
But
Can
I
I
can
also,
hold my breath for an hour at a time.
hell yeah. Can I also try doing a perception roll?
Yeah, just to see if anybody like is like
Really intense.
really taking like a deep
Yeah.
interest in it.
Anything more than like a what are you doing with the well? Like, oh, they're fucking with the well.
I got 17.
So I'll say you notice like again like a bunch of people like rubbernecking, but they like look over and seemingly they're like looking over like because they're like yeah some weirdos are by the well, but then they're like oh Cobb is with them and they like are moving along.
Okay, so most people don't seem to really care. Alright.
It's not that they don't care; it's that like this is interesting and weird to them, but they're like oh this is like
They're not worried
some,
about it.
some
though.
real shit business because Cobb is there.
Yeah.
All right, let's huddle real quick. So there's some necromantic shit going on with this water.
Are you inviting Cobb into your huddle?
No, we're just gonna be us for a moment.
Okay.
What is it?
Join the huddle.
Oh yeah, right.
Join
Huddle
the-
up. Grash is here too. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Crash is
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, wait. What is Grash? Does Grash have any sort of thing that would be?
Grash is a rogue. No.
Yeah.
Grash. Does
Rogues are
Grash-
meant to kill shit. That's about it.
They're meant to sneak and stab.
So yeah, we got some real necromantic shit. So this isn't just like a typical like water poison, like poison in the
Water
well
gone bad.
kind of stuff. This is like real. This is like real malicious.
This is
stuff.
evil magic.
And if it's magic, that means it's
It's
got
necromantic magic.
Right.
Necromantic, in a lot of things, has connotations of evil, but necromancy is just sort of magic dealing with
the dead.
the dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
I just kind of
there's a lot of people. It's less even magic dealing with the dead than it is magic dealing with like the body. is almost kind of the way to think about it. There's a lot of people who argue that like healing spells should like all be necromancy spells in D&D. They're not, but there's a lot of people who like make that argument.
But my question is their belief is that this well is poisoned. It's obviously harmful in some way. We didn't even really ask what. Can we real quick just like lean over to Cobb and be like, what happens if you do drink from this well? Can you tell me?
You get sick, you vomiting, diarrhea, like
Dysentery. Real dysentery.
Yeah.
The worst of them, people have been like, unconscious, like comatose for like a few days. Nobody's died from it, but it's
You don't want to regularly
It's enough to
drink
try
it?
to make you scatter.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we got some magic stuff, so this isn't just a coincidence, most likely.
Do you have any way of well maybe can you purify the water?
I can purify some of the water, but I can't fix the whole hole. I can't fix the
Is
whole
there
well.
any-
The table.
Do we have anything that could
No.
how much water can create or destroy water?
It's like
It's like a 10-foot cube or a 5-foot cube or something.
Could we
level
just
2
at
is
least
30.
could we at least just like
10
create
gallons.
like a shitload of free water for them? Like
No.
that's clean.
I can do 10 gallons, which is like
Oh.
that's an okay amount,
But it's not that
I mean,
much.
they're getting their stuff like they're getting their stuff like wagoned in, so
Yeah.
So
we're
they have
fine if
plenty.
we can solve it.
Okay, we just gotta figure out how to solve these guys' water issues.
If it's, I was still going off of if it was poison, we could talk to the herbalist in town. But it's not poison; it's magic.
Would an
I mean-
herbalist maybe have some sort of special magical tincture that could purify necromantic
you think-
magic?
I guess if
If
they don't,
only you would talk to her.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's go. Cobb, can you bring us to the herbalist in town, please?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The herbalist in Lillypad Slough.
Lillypad Slough.
Oh,
There's a florist and herbalism shop.
Can we ask Cobb, is there somebody who has knowledge of herbs and medicine out here? There's gotta be somebody.
Nobody that like really. Nobody who can like brew a potion. Like I mean, Maldor has a little magic that he can do, but beyond that,
Well, maybe to start, we should just go give them the information we gleaned, because that thing about the necromancy over poison is definitely useful.
We go ask, tell them we found out it's necromancy,
Yep.
and then offer possible help from town. Because if we bring this just straight to the herbalist, that might be more of an offense. It might be an affront to like you're getting help from the town that could be harming us.
right. Yep.
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, that's what I was saying, is like that we should start by going and telling.
Yeah.
And then
Maldor.
that also shows him that we mean well
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
for the most part. Mean well.
Meanwhile.
It doesn't mean well.
So yeah, we're gonna go back to Maldor.
okay. And
Do we have to
You're-
wait a few hours?
no, you're with Cobb, so you get like the fast pass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gives me fast pass. Yeah.
And he brings you in, and you're like not even in the like conference room anymore. You're like off in a different kind of private room at this point.
Ooh,
And it's
we're gonna
like I said,
roll.
you and Maldor and Cobb and this other guard who you haven't been introduced to yet. What are you telling him?
I'll tell him since I detected it.
Sounds good.
So I figured out that the whole well is under necromantic magical spell curse or whatever.
Okay.
It's not poison.
Yeah, it's not
poison.
it's not poison or traditional poison at least. It's something more sinister than that. So it's probably
something magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, it's probably not a coincidence. It might not be a coincidence. I mean, there's still always that shot that it is a coincidence.
So a magic casting dragonborn comes into town. A bunch of my town decides that they're gonna leave for Lillypad Slough, and then a couple weeks later, my well gets magically cursed or something.
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
We don't have enough evidence to pin it on Norash.
I'm sorry.
There's coincidences that should be looked into.
Did we keep a vial of that water or anything?
I'll say you could have if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Sure.
Scoop
Yeah.
some and keep it.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know.
Especially if we talked about going back to
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
the herbalist, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to do anything about that.
So we
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
okay, we decided we would come talk to you and ask if it would be all right if we take this sample back to the herbalist in town and see if she can identify it or identify what could be wrong with it.
We won't.
We don't have to tie it to Veezim at all.
We can swear to secrecy too.
Would you be like, look at this strange... We were out in a dungeon and found this strange water. Can you please tell us what's
Yeah,
wrong with it?
we could definitely spin it a little bit.
I guess we don't know how the herbalist is connected to everybody else in town, but...
Yeah, I mean, you know... The extent that you know about the herbalist is that she has a little shop down by the docks and that she is an elf of some description.
Does she keep to herself, or is she...
I mean, you haven't met her.
Yeah.
You've been in town for like a day and a half. Roll me persuasion checks. You can all three roll.
Here.
I got one. I faceplant.
13.
I walk
I
up
got
and punch
8.
Maldor.
So, well, and that makes it a 12, but yeah, it's rough.
I throw up a little
This
bit in my mouth.
extremely important thing.
Well, and I'll say you can't critical fail a skill check.
Yeah.
So what is it a one? Do you have a plus anything to your persuasion?
No, it really is a 1.
Great. So yeah, you're like, I promise we won't tell anybody else about this once we get into town. We won't even tie it back to Veezim. It's gonna be a real hush hush thing. And he's like, do you honestly think that this can help?
Like, yeah? It's an herbalist. How would that not help?
I mean, there's a lot of ways it might not help. Like what?
So,
Do we have any
if it's a necromantic poison, she could possibly help. If it's a, if it is truly just a, magic spell curse instance, the best person to be would be to go to Narash, but for obvious reasons, we can't do that. So the herbalist might be our best shot. Because otherwise this is out of our wheelhouses of being able to identify how to help.
Yeah,
So
we
even-
can confront them. You know?
So even if the herbalist can't help, the herbalist not being able to help would still be some information potentially.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Roll me another persuasion. Just Wendell.
Oh my god, 12 again!
I'm in a corner here. I don't have another solution. I don't like this. But something has to happen here, so I guess I give you my blessing to leave here with a sample of the water.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. We greatly appreciate this trust you've shown us.
Please don't make me regret it.
You got it! And then I, Koopa shell, out the door.
Bowser- Bowser
Corin
upbeat.
kicks me out the door.
You play Mario and Luigi, the RPG game?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they do the red shell and they kick it back.
Yeah. That's Wendell and Corinth with me.
These games are dope.
Those
Alright.
guys were dope.
I don't know if there's anything else that we can do. 'Cause it's kind of hard to weave insurance, I guess, with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Want to leave your spellcasting focus with me?
Shit.
Is there anything else interesting in town?
I guess nothing in particular that you've seen. I mean, it seems like it's a town. Like I said, there's kobold normies running around.
Normies.
Just extras, yeah.
So there's like one shop in town where, like I said, it seems like the raiding parties bring their stuff.
Can we go and look and just see if they have anything interesting in there?
Sure, why not?
We bid farewell and gratitudes and whatnot towards.
Yeah, are you guys leaving this meeting with?
Yeah.
We'll report back
I'm
as
currently
soon as
bouncing
we-
around town, so
We'll report back as soon as we're able.
You red shell or green shell?
I'm
blue shell.
green shell.
Targeting first place, or
So if you come to an edge, you're flying right off.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
If you come to an edge or hit more than I think it's 5 times, you're gonna break.
all right, yeah, let's go and see if that person, and then we'll make our. I said we'll probably be back next night, right? I don't see why we.
How long did it take us to get here again?
About 4 hours.
Oh yeah, we could do
4
that
hours
tomorrow.
down, maybe take a long rest.
4 hours back.
As long as the herbalist can do something
Yeah.
in a day.
I also want to. My focus should be ready by the morning, so as
Yeah.
long as he doesn't know that we're snooping around, I can be back to full power.
Yeah, so we'll be back either next night or the night after, depending upon how long it takes to analyze
All right.
what we're bringing back.
All right. Yeah. Then we.
We can part ways and go to the raid shop.
We shmove.
Are you going and checking out the store before you go?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
And so you walk in the store and there's just like a kobold there. It's not the
It's one of his 2 employees.
yeah, it's one of his 2 employees. Who's at the desk, and he's like, "Oh, the customer. Okay."
I'm waiting.
And what are you looking for?
Oh, he's the one I want to go.
Yeah, I was just curious. Is there anything like other than like interesting magical items or anything special in the shop?
anything magic? Okay. And he's like, I do have one magical thing in the shop. I mean, it's raiding stuff. We get
It's necromantic poison.
Wow, problem solved.
anti-necromancy juice.
Whoa, this is great.
How convenient.
Most of what we get is just like clothes and weird random just like trade goods. Like, you want perfumes, we got you.
What's your magic item?
But couple 4 or 5 days ago now, we hit a cart and we did find something that most definitely has a little bit of a certain magic to it. And what he brings out is a deck of cards.
Oh no.
Is it a deck of many things?
No. No.
What's a deck of
And-
many things?
No. No. A deck of many things is
And
it contains very good things and very horrible things
Oh,
that happen once you pull the card.
Yes, dude, that sounds sick.
And it,
No.
I think it can instantly kill you, right?
it can
Yeah.
instantly kill you.
There are some decks of cards that are like that DMs will use that are like tailored to be I don't want to kill my players. So therefore you just get like incapacitated or something. You
There's
know,
also some decks of cards in the game that are not decks of many things.
Do we do any of this?
Oh, can I
It's a loaded deck of cards.
Yeah. So what does this guy know? Does he know what it is?
Like, well, it seems like from the little bit of testing we did on it, basically you pull a card and like a thing pops out of it, and it's not like real, but it's there, and then the card goes away afterwards.
What
Like,
kind
you
of
pull-
thing?
And then
So it's a limited deck?
An illusion.
Yeah.
Oh.
so yeah, you pull a card, you throw it down, a thing pops out. It's an illusion, and then it goes away, and the card also goes away.
Have you seen anything interesting yet from it?
I mean, it's all kinds of monsters and stuff.
So it's limited use.
And we used a couple of them, just figuring out kind of how the thing worked. But I'll give it to you for 50 gold.
50 gold. Jesus. Sorry, don't have that money.
Who's Jesus?
Dragon Jehovah.
Holy Narash!
Yeah. This food's fit for Jehovah.
Do you collectively have 50 gold?
I have 15.
I have 13.
Do you have an amount of gold where you could conceivably pool it and then haggle?
Yeah, we do have. Well, you have what, 13?
Mm-hmm.
I have 14.94. Like 14 gold and 94 bronze.
Yeah, and yeah.
So.
And Grash has like 2.
So, I mean, we do have like 40 collectively.
But then we would be broke as a party.
Yeah, it might not really be worth it for this thing.
We'll wait for Corinth. See what Corinth. You know, Corinth randomly stepped out the door to take a leak in the alleyway.
They're cards. Can I do a sleight of hand roll? Flip one up.
I said he used a couple, so I'm just pulling some random ones out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, if you do buy this thing, the way it's literally going to work is you're going to have a deck of cards, and you're going to...
Table.
And basically, based on what you pull, it procs a different illusion.
Dude, this thing sounds sick.
It's fun. It's not good, but it's fun.
Sounds
Magic
creative.
cards.
And he wants 50 gold for them.
Yeah.
But we could...
Collectively, as a party, we only have like 30 something.
We should be like... They don't even do anything. They're just illusions, so... How about 15 gold?
It'd be a neat party trick. But
Yeah.
like, what benefit does it have to us as adventurers if it's only an illusion?
Right.
For 50 gold.
Not everyone knows it's an illusion.
Think about this. You could have those off your hands for 10 gold right now. Who else in
10
town
gold.
is gonna be here with 10 gold to just buy those?
Roll persuaded.
Go, 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 go. Bro.
6.
Bro.
Can you cast Detect Magic again? See if it's like actually not illusion magic.
If you want to, you can
Yeah, do they just not know
check
how to use it?
Fuck it, I'll do that. I'll detect some magic.
Or I haven't cast it even actually. If you want.
Chill, full metal. That'd be so fun. There's like a alchemist character.
Let me pull up a stat block for a kobold here to see what their
Carl
charisma is.
texted and said, I hope you have fun at D&D. Wait, I don't know what's happening tonight, I swear. I didn't, like, donate any monsters.
That's okay.
Alright, thanks. Great, Carl.
He definitely doesn't know because we don't know. Either.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on.
I talked to him a little bit. Well, he also rolled very bad on his persuasion.
Nice.
So not like so bad that he's gonna let you be like, yeah, 10 gold, sure, but with a 6.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, you're right. There's not very many people in town who could even like afford to buy this.
What did your detect magic find?
I don't know. What did my detect magic do?
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely magical as far as the school of magic. It is.
Is it just illusion or it's like concentration?
I don't know what the schools of magic are off the top of my head.
I've seen people make like Yugi characters by doing like a modified deck of many things.
Yeah, it's illusion magic. Like it,
Okay.
he's-
So
it works as he described.
Okay.
it is what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, how about 30?
20?
No offense, I'm not giving
Or would you? Wait. Okay, well then if...
I'll give you 5.
25.
I'll give you 5 of my gold if you give me 8 later.
You got a loan with interest.
Yeah.
I don't know. How much gold do you have again?
13.
13. So, yeah, 20, 10 from each of us. Do you want to put down 10 too? 20.
20.
20 and 50 copper.
Wow.
Free 99.
I can't get cut down to half price on this. Give me 26 and we'll run it.
Technically not half price.
Are you willing to give 13 of your gold? Hell yeah, I am too.
Alright.
Sick.
Alright.
Should we split the deck in half?
No. You just put it in your inventory. It'll be fine.
Oh, sick.
Half of them.
I don't know.
Well, because like you go to take the deck in half, and it would count as like drying off.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want it to be
And so whichever of you is taking it can add the deck of illusions to your deck or to your
We
inventory.
just have a deck in one hand.
Mhm.
You know this is gonna happen.
You're a paladin, and I'm a ranger. So I guess I could probably do better from having.
Yeah, you can hold it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew which magic items were going to be around. I didn't necessarily know it was going to be in this store, but I knew it was going to be around.
Dude.
And of note, the deck of illusions only works if you draw cards at random.
Right.
So you can stack your
You
deck.
can't like
You can't
look through
tutor?
them and pick it.
That seems fair. That makes sense to me.
And then, like I said, based on what you pull, you get an illusion.
Boom.
And so you have a deck of
I draw them
illusions.
all.
You have a deck of illusions minus 3 cards that they were using when they were trying to figure out how it works.
Can they tell us what the 3 that they used were?
Sure. Let's see, because I pulled them at random too. One of them was a succubus.
Ooh.
One of them was a lich.
Oh dear.
And one of them was a goblin.
Okay, that's better. I was expecting like rabbit, deer.
Mm-hmm. You could like really fucking scare somebody who's just like, here's a lich that we can summon, by the way.
Honestly, that's like a straight up actual combat use. You could probably like.
Yeah, I'll say.
Terrify is a
No.
status condition, right?
Persuading someone of like we're so powerful.
I'll say that
Reach my
like
hand.
the scale of the card like scales with like how good the thing is.
Yeah.
And 2 of the I pulled an ace, a queen, and a 2. Like I said, I just randomly pulled 3 out of it, and that's what I pulled.
So wait, if you get a higher number, it's
a more spooky thing.
Oh, cool.
So
So
like
there might be rabbits and stuff in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the lich was the ace of spades was the lich.
And even just as like a tactical, even if you pull a goblin, if you can just can you maneuver that goblin? Can you be like, goblin, go here? Because if you can like be like, goblin, go and do a suicide charge, then they'll all focus on it and waste their attacks on nothing. You know what I mean?
See, you're already thinking like a.
You got it.
Yeah.
Illusions.
So you can't command it. It behaves as if it were a real creature, except that it can do no harm.
Okay.
You can use an action to move it magically anywhere within 30 feet of its card.
Dude.
So do they look real or do they?
They look real, but they can't interact with things. So
Okay.
like if you try and have it like pick up a thing, like
Right.
the illusion gets exposed.
It's like a force ghost.
Okay, so this thing's cool. A little cooler than I thought.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. This thing sounds awesome to me. I hope we get into a fight so I can whip this card out.
Subtract all your gold.
I did.
Okay.
Alright. I took 15 out of mine. I have a gold and 94. So.
All right, let's get going. Let's get moving.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're all ready to head back.
Yep. Alright. Toward the herbalist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Town. Oh no.
why don't you just give me survival checks again? We'll do a low DC just to see how.
I got an 8.
18.
Oh, nice.
Oh, survival.
I'm like too busy like
15.
You're the ranger.
21.
I know, but I'm too excited with like my cards. I'm like
21.
Yeah, you. Like I said, it takes you about another 4 hours, but you make it back to town fine. And it's like 5 a.m. as you're starting to walk up towards town.
So
You
Probably
spend
won't be open. Do we guess that the herbalist would be open right?
probably not. No.
I'd say we
But
don't.
take a long rest.
we'll say like we'll pause break here until Andy gets back.
Okay. Should we take a long rest though, do you think, when the
It'd be nice to get my focus back, and then I can kind of re-slot spells if I feel like it.
We'll say it's 6 a.m. We'll say you spent 2 hours in Kobold Town.
So
Kobold Town.
so if it's 6 a.m., does that mean that the herbalist is open? Or do they open at 8?
Probably not quite yet.
Yeah, they Skyrim where it's 8 to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's roughly what we're doing. Yeah. 2 12-hour shifts in town, basically.
Have you been to the Cloud District? Well, no. Go fuck yourself.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
I'm not the best blacksmith in town. Okay, see ya.
I got 200,000 gold. I am all right with the best.
No, I thought not.
Ow!
You
I'm good.
knew the cable was there.
No, I need the art of it, like the table.
So we still have to wait a few hours.
And
until
so
the table opens.
as you're walking up,
Short rest.
as you're walking up to town, again, there's just like a guard, just nobody who's like kind of on the road coming into town, and he sees you approaching and is like, "Where have you guys been?"
No,
Oh.
and a ranger.
What is that supposed
Oh,
to mean?
We were
no.
adventuring. We're the Royal Adventuring Corps. Thus, we were off on an adventure. What else would we be
You
doing?
need to go back to the manor like right now.
The
Oh,
man?
great.
Why? We're adventuring.
All right, let's start sprinting.
Run. Hustle.
Okay, we go back to the manor, I guess.
And yeah, as you you go into the manor, and Andrea greets you, Lensa's like assistant girl. Which it's weird for her to be up right now.
Yeah.
She's kind of the day shift in the manor, so it's a little early for her.
So what's wrong?
And she's like, "Oh, you're back. Okay." And she's just like, "Follow me. We're going to the kind of the office space where Lensa is." And as you enter this space, you see Lensa is in there with Narash is there. An old wood elf man that you have not met yet. The herbalist is also there.
Ooh.
And a gnome lady who you also have not met yet are all kind of gathered up there. And as you enter the room, Lensa looks up at you and is like, "Where the fuck did you guys go?"
Oh, we never told her, did we?
You didn't tell anybody where you were going.
I didn't realize
It's
that was
okay.
expected.
Didn't realize we had to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we just had to do the end reports.
Be like, oh, we were out in the swamp.
Okay. Beren is also in there. The troop leader.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And as you guys walk in, she's like, "Are you guys hurt? Are you guys
No, we're good.
spells got him?"
Not.
I do.
Fuck. I'm
Yeah,
loaded.
why?
I don't know. We're I think. Do you have any other type of fighting that you can do?
I mean, I can smack shit, but yeah. I mean, what? Just tell us what's going on.
And she like looks over to Beren, and Baron's like, the kids, something's got them.
What
You
kind
told us
of...
not to come along yesterday, you motherfucker! Come on!
We went out to do our camp, and we got out there, and something came out after nightfall, and
Okay, what kind of a something?
they were like person sized.
Okay.
There was 3 of them that I saw.
Do they have a species?
I don't know.
Color.
I knew I couldn't fight them. I knew that I couldn't do anything. I just ran.
Okay.
Brutal.
Okay.
Did they target you at all, or were they just for the children? Did they care about you aside from maybe
You
maybe
beat him there in
thinking
the
that
way.
you might fight them?
I ran.
You didn't like try to save any of the kids, like
I-
any of them.
What? I'm not a fighter. I know plants. I know
It's okay.
maps. I ran.
The important thing is you got back here quickly so we can help, okay?
I don't.
Okay.
Don't fucking do that and I will murder you.
Hey, Narash,
He's
you
not
got,
real.
Narash, you gonna ring
Give me a
it?
hard time.
I'm gonna need to be as much power as I got.
He's like, oh yeah, and he's like, yeah, I finished it a couple hours ago, and he just like has it with him.
Cool.
And what you now have is called a dragon touched focus,
Ooh, that's hot.
and so
That's hot. Okay, let's make it.
That's spicy.
and I gotta double check quick what the effect is on it. There's a few different levels of it. Yeah, you have a stirring dragon touched focus. And so you have advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh shit!
Nice.
And also, when using spells that do acid damage, you can roll an extra d6.
Ooh.
Which I don't know if you have any of those, but if you do decide to stock them, you'll do an extra d6 of damage on any acid damaging spells you do.
Sick.
Thanks, bud. Advantage on initiative, though. That's
And
good.
what you, I guess, kind of gather from what's going on here is that Lensa, in the absence of you guys being around, was like trying to cobble together a party of people who could do something about this.
Aha,
potentially.
okay.
Yeah.
The town leaders are here because we think the new people are taking children.
So, do we know where they went?
I mean, you know where they were camping,
Mhm.
because you even have a map to where they were
I
camping.
have a map of where
I
they
guess
were
that's
camping.
where we're going. Also, should we bring along the party that was cobbled together?
Is the party that was cobbled together capable, or are they now obsolete? Like, are we gonna get elderly people killed?
We could bring
Well, we
Narash.
should- yeah, I was gonna say we should bring
If you
Narash.
trust him. You can trust him.
Trust
I
me,
mean-
enough to use his ring.
I mean, he has no reason. I guess we don't. He has
doesn't
no
know.
reason not to trust us. We
Yeah.
have a minor reason not to trust him.
They don't know necessarily that we went to the kobold village. They just thought that we
We
went
just said
on
we were in
this
the
one.
swamp.
Yeah.
We're swamping, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Moonshine.
And once Lensa kind of gets the news from you guys that you guys are like not hurt or anything like that, that you guys are more or less ready to go, she's like telling the rest of these people that they like can disperse. Like, all right, the people whose job this is are here.
Let's go.
You guys, if this goes bad, be ready. But we're gonna let these people handle this because this is what they're here for.
Go smoke some.
We're fine just doing us, and we don't want to invite anyone.
Yeah, if you want to try and convince somebody to come with you, I guess you
I
can.
mean, Narash kicked the
Narash.
shit out of 5 kobolds by himself.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Narash to come for sure.
Hey, Narash, you feeling up to it, or you want to hang back? We won't fault you either way.
Roll. One of you can give me a persuasion with advantage.
Well, it should probably be you.
I got you, pals. Okay. Oh my god!
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1, and then I rolled a 2,
Oh
so 6.
And Narash is like, I mean, I don't like seeing kids or hearing about kids being in trouble, but I don't want to interfere with what you guys are doing. You guys are the professionals here.
Should we stop the herbalist real quick and give her the swamp water?
Yeah, I'd say do it tomorrow. Because we would need time to explain to her
Yeah.
how we got it, why we have it, where it's from.
no!
what
I
we
guess,
expect her to
although
do.
maybe it would be better for her not to know because we don't want to give up a bunch of information about the
Well, I mean, we
kobold
don't
village.
need to tell, yeah, but like,
Can we just be like, hey, by the way, here's 50 copper, can you analyze this for us? And then dip out?
yeah, if we can pull her aside without other people being around on her way out.
Yeah, so can we just kind of sneak over to the herbalist and take her aside and just be like, hey, can you analyze this for us while we're gone.
Yeah, if you want to flag her down and ask her to do a thing for
And
you.
be like, consider it advance payment for what we're about to go do.
It doesn't matter.
You are shunned, sir. You are
Yeah,
shunned.
she'll be like, okay, what am I looking for?
Fuck you.
Just see if there's anything that can neutralize the magic that's in this water.
Just saying it's magic is sus. But I mean, she kind of has to know to.
She has to.
Should we just wait?
Maybe I guess we should. I don't know. It's up to you.
Let's just say that hey, we're gonna talk to you as soon as we're back.
We'd like to come see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. And then we'll just hold on to the water then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she I guess notes is like, yeah, sure. Assuming you guys don't die out there, I'll be around.
I'll be fine.
We got it. I'm
Okay.
at like 60% wrong.
All right.
And are you gonna try and rope anyone else into coming with you, or are you?
I mean,
You want Beren to come
If it
with?
wasn't
Or...
an old wolf man.
Well, Beren should probably come because he knows generally, like, he'll know the area.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anything. He ran away. He's traumatized, and we already know where we're going.
We know kind of where we're going, but he'll be able to be like, this is the part of the woods they were dragged into. Like, if we're doing tracking, which I would assume is what's going to be doing, like...
You should be able to do that by yourself, I think we should leave him. I personally
I don't want to deal with another body. I mean,
do.
being.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think it's just us. I think it's just us then, since we can
Okay.
get in the range.
Alright. And you guys
I'm moving.
have a map as far as like where you're going roughly.
I think Nordal should scout.
Yep. And I'll say, yeah, whoever of you has the best survival, you can give me a survival check with advantage because you have a map.
Plus
As scouting?
Yep.
Okay.
As kind of navigate.
Well, there's a 20, so...
Hey, you button.
So 24.
And so you, like I said, pretty much know exactly where this group was headed to, and from Beren's story, it sounded like they got to camp before they were jumped, so you know that they are probably in the relative vicinity of the camp. They're a little further out than what Kobold Village was, so they're kind of the opposite way off the road. Kobold Village is northeast. This where they're going is northwest a little bit. And so you take the road north of town, and again, this is going to be probably a 6-hour walk this time. And so as you're reaching sort of the part where you need to break off of the main road, it's now like 11 a.m. And you guys... check exhaustion rules quick.
Oh yeah, we've been kind of schmoovin', haven't we?
Oh yeah, because we took a long rest in the middle of the day, and then went to
Yeah.
the village.
So if they...
8 hours of walking, 2 hours of shitting around.
And if they...
More walking. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, we've been awake for probably like...
So you got up at about 8 p.m. yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So you've only been up for 14 hours at this point.
It's not bad.
Something like that, yeah, which isn't that bad. I'm not going to make you roll exhaustion on this.
I was gonna say if he is 6 hours out and they go missing in the middle of the night and we get back at 6 a.m., then doesn't that mean that we and Beren basically got back at like the same time? Maybe he was like an hour ahead of us.
Yeah, he was not like super far ahead of you. Like, yeah, they said maybe an hour or two ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like arriving back in town. They said he walked in town, was like, shit's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they said in the absence of you guys being around, they were like, okay, Andrea, wake up, get this person, this person, this person,
Oh, shit.
bring them here.
Oh shit, they're not here.
And so yeah, the kids got stole maybe 8 hours ago total.
So we should have pretty fresh.
Well,
tracks
I guess
to
it's more
follow.
than that because it's 6 hours for him to get back. It's now been 6. So yeah, it's been like a full, like, yeah, it's been like almost 12 hours.
Was that my
12-ish hours, yeah.
Was that survival roll my tracking roll then? Because if they were tracking them,
That survival roll was get out to the camp roll.
Okay.
That
So
was-
now
Are we at the camp?
Yeah. Let's say it's been 6 hours. You get to the point where like this camp is, and you are not seeing anything like active right now. Like you can see where the camp was. There's like little tents set up. There's like what looks like a campfire that's burnt out.
yeah.
Looks like the Cub Scout camp was here.
Can I attempt to perceive anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, if anyone wants to do survival or nature, or even just like investigation, if you want to roll any of those things.
Okay, I'm gonna do survival again.
Yeah, I got survival. Yeah, a little bit of survival.
Okay, 14.
Me too.
Okay, survival, yeah. 20.
Hey, good roll.
And as you're approaching, like it's kind of a clearing kind of little area, like it's just a little ways off of the main road. And there's definitely signs of sort of a minor scuffle that has happened here. It's not like blood or anything that you're seeing around. It's more like someone's been wrestling around here.
And where does it lead?
It leads further into the swamp to the west. And like I said, you're at kind of a little bit of like a high point here in the ground. Like it's not the standard like wet, mushy kind of swamp area that you're in right now. But where this is leading is kind of into the nitty gritty of the swamp. You're at like kind of a high point right now, so it's not quite as wet up here. It's like it's a campground because it's kind of a dry spot because it's a little kind of top of the hill sort of area.
So we're gonna be trudging.
Can we see anything like tracking wise going off it because we're at a high point? Like we should have a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, and as you're if you want to look down the hill, why don't you give me perception?
Me or him or anybody?
Anybody who wants to just kind of look kind of where the
22.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, and the tree canopy kind of thickens as you're like kind of getting further down the hill, and it's some swamp tree type of
Willowy.
The big boys.
Yeah.
Thick boys.
But there does appear to be some sort of like humanoid made structure a little ways like down the hill and a little ways past. That rings as like the right direction.
Okay. So that's in the same place that the scuffle led toward, kind of.
Yeah, they said they got taken down the hill seemingly, and the direction they got taken, as far as you can tell, is the same area where this like little.
What do the tracks look like?
Romy nature.
Not sure.
17.
Let me look at my counters.
That doesn't mean anything, huh?
They mostly look like humanoid, but like kind of barefoot humanoid. It's not like a person in like boots. It's like a humanoid. It's like a bipedal thing. It's like a humanoid looking thing, but like you said, not wearing shoes, and I guess kind of like a little claw-ier than what like a human foot is.
How heavy are they? Like how deeply imprinted are they into the ground?
They're person-sized, seemingly.
Is it only them? Not like we don't see any children-sized tracks.
No, you're not seeing like little tyke footprints.
Okay,
So either they're either
Carriers.
yeah, they're
carried
probably being carried, not like
or something's
coerced.
wacky.
Yeah. What does the structure look like? Is it like stone, wood?
Very, very run down.
Okay.
Can I try to
From the
stealth?
distance you're at, I'm gonna say that's all you see is that it's a wooden structure that's very run down.
Can I try to stealth up to it? Sorry.
We can also make Ash go do reconnaissance. He's a rogue.
Okay. What's Grash's reconnaissance?
Stealth.
Grash's stealth. Grash has a +2 to stealth.
Mine's actually +5. So, I don't know.
Right, you're a very odd turtle.
Yes.
Right.
He's the whitest-footed turtle
Yeah.
you've ever seen.
Okay, yeah, go for it then.
I also have acrobatics, so depending, I can even climb up, but we'll see.
So you want to do a stealth check to approach this building?
Just
How
like
far
to
away was the building?
It's probably... So once you get to the bottom of the hill, which you're probably talking 50 feet to the bottom of the hill, and then it's probably another 100 feet past that.
Okay. Do you want us to stay up here and like
Well-
watch you from down?
And I think that, yeah, I just want to scout it out and come back. Like, I don't want to
Okay.
do anything. I just want to make sure that we're not going to get ambushed.
Alright.
So mostly I kind of want to just do, like, a loop, like, so there's the tracks, and I want to loop around the tracks and around the house and back to the starting position in as sort of roundabout of a way as possible to try to maximize my chance of not getting noticed.
Okay, so you're just doing a quick loopy-loop past the front of the building, kind of, and coming back.
I kind of want to go around, if possible, around the back of the
Around
building.
the back of the building? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If I when I get there, determine that not to be like deadly.
So how about we do it this way? Let's roll a stealth check to like approach the building.
Okay, so start for the approach. I got 21.
Okay. Yeah, and as you are kind of coming up, you're going down the hill, kind of up towards the front of the building.
Dude, that's lit.
That's crazy.
And as you don't necessarily notice anything like stirring inside of the building, but as you're approaching, like, yeah, the tracks definitely seem like they're kind of leading to this spot. It's a real broken down kind of old building that's been like mostly reclaimed by the swamp at this point. But yeah, as you are approaching it, and how close do you want to get kind of to the front of it before you kind of break off and move around?
I don't want to get too close. I want to stay in the brush around the building.
Okay. We'll say you get to within 40 feet of the entrance.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, it's a rundown old building. You said you can't necessarily see anything inside, but there's not a door on it at this point.
What material did you say it was?
It's like a wooden building.
So it's wooden.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look very sound for climbing. Like it's rotted, sort of.
Yeah, it's mostly collapsed in on itself, but there's definitely like a person could fit up inside there if they wanted to.
So I could climb it without necessarily causing it to fall
Oh,
apart.
so it's little.
It's a building that is not wasn't designed to be little, but it's like mostly collapsed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is it like a guard tower?
I guess the vibe you would get from it is kind of a rest stop / trading post.
Mm. Okay, I just want to go around it. Yeah.
Okay. And so yeah, as you loop around the back, I guess just like in the process of as you're like going kind of approaching kind of your near point here and starting to loop around, why don't you make me a perception check just to see what you can see.
19.
19.
James be rolling today.
Whew.
And the 19, I'll say you definitely hear motion happening inside of it. You can't see what's going on inside there, but you definitely hear there's like rustling around happening in there.
What kind of rustling? Like just people kind of wandering around, or like some sort of kinetic action?
Nothing's like fighting in there.
Okay.
But there's just like stuff getting moved around. Something's like active and moving.
Something kind of rooting around in there or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And where am I right now? Am I behind the building?
Yeah, I'll say you're kind of taking as you're like perceiving this, you're like breaking to the left around the building and kind of looping around the back.
Do you think could I safely get up to the outside of the building and try to peer into it, not without like entering the building, but just getting up close to it?
Yeah, I'll say you can roll another stealth check if you want to try and get up real close to it.
Okay.
If you want to try and peek through the window.
Oh fuck! I got a 9.
And you approach the window, and you get to the window. And as you look into the window, what you see are 3 sort of grayish humanoid shapes that are just sort of, like I said, just kind of doing like busy work kind of stuff. They're just kind of like clearing the space out, just like they
Do
look
they
like they're
notice me?
like nesting down. And as you like poke your head up, kind of looking through the window, one of them looks over to you
Shit.
and notices that. Well, I'll give you a full roll on it. Why not? Looks over to you and sees you and
Creeping. Fuck.
and says to the other 2, like, see, I told you if we didn't kill him and eat him, they'd come for him.
Oh shit. Okay, that's some info. But I feel like we have to. At this point, my cover is blown.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start yelling up to the gang. Come
roll-
on down.
And
Price is right.
I'm gonna give you. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah, double initiative, baby.
Holy
And
shit.
initiative. That's the initiative modifier, right? I have +3. Okay.
I got 3 and an 18, so I'll take the 18.
I got a 20.
What the fuck? Alright, we're just moving quick then.
I got the dex for sure.
So you have a 20, you said?
Yep.
What did you get, Corn?
18.
18. Nice advantage you rolled with, right?
Yep.
Wendell?
Wendell got a big old 3.
3.
I'm gonna say, as we're running, or I guess we probably can't run. Leave them alive for now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. My plan is. Well, I can't tell you what my guy's plan is because like it wouldn't make sense.
Well, I'm just.
To, like,
I'm gonna
you
say
wouldn't
to
have
Wendell,
that
leave them
info.
alive for him. And then
Just-
we'll-
Yeah. Well, you can just yell. I'll be like, "Come on down!" Just.
You guys also notably are about 150 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you're
yeah.
gonna be alone for a while, my guy.
I've got a plan. Don't worry. It's okay.
Is sprint for 60 feet? Is that a thing?
You can sprint for 60. So you can use your action to move double your movement, basically. So in lieu of taking a swing or doing anything else, you can just move double movement.
This is an environment I could try to take cover in the bushes, right? Like not take cover, but take concealment.
Also, isn't swamp your favorite terrain?
No, it's coast.
Coastline.
I should have chosen swamp.
Bruh.
Are we flipping the table?
Yeah, but the thing I have on it is the wrong thing. So I'm gonna have to draw a quickie new map here.
All right. Should I? How do I add the deck of many illusions or whatever into my inventory?
I can throw it on there for you.
Is that a paper wallet?
Well,
Yeah.
it's tieback.
Tie back.
Yes.
Like the stuff you put on the outside
Yeah.
of houses before you
Try and
put
rip that.
shingles on it.
That's made out of the same thing as my wallet.
Oh,
I last week was like, they might just like try and fight Narash for some reason or Zix, so I made an outline of
Eventually we might.
This is really cool.
I was like, they might try and square up on him.
So yeah, it's made out of here. Try and rip this.
It also makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Can I try holding the wallet?
This is cool.
Dude, I love
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's
like
sick.
it's like super compressed paper or something like that.
Yeah.
You can like cut it, but it's even then it's still like you can't cut it very well. I used to have a wallet like this for like
Do you need water or something, or is it dry erase?
It's supposed to be dry, right?
Do we need to get you a little spray of like Expo liquid?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a bottle of alcohol right there.
Oh, okay.
Is this? Can you? I don't actually know how it works in 5e. Can you take concealment like during a fight?
There is a hide action. I'm trying to think at what level you would get that.
So that's a specific feat or something, though.
There- Because there's all sorts of like modifiers to it, like what level of like hide you need. But yeah, you can't hide as an action, so you would have to do that in lieu of like making an attack.
Right, but that would be fair, I think.
Swing, hot, swing, hot.
Because you get, what is it? You get one move action, one bonus action.
Yeah, you have movements, but you have 30 feet of movements, you have a bonus action, you have one action, and you have one reaction.
Which could be like if somebody moves into your opportunity.
Which is, opportunity attack. I'll say the window. There's a window here.
Is it glass or is it just like?
It's very broken.
Okay. Don't cut yourself if you're gonna jump through that.
Here's our 3 goons. The ashes
No,
turned
the
on you.
ashes. No.
Those assholes.
So they're just kind of rooting around and.
Did you see kids?
No.
No.
I'll
Okay.
say this portion is mostly like collapsed in. Like there's something resembling a wall there, but there's like collapsed roof there.
Couldn't really stand in there without your foot going through rotted out thatch, I guess.
40, we said about 40 feet away is sort of a brush line that sort of exists around this space.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll say that, there's sort of some tall grassy shit that's kind of out here. There's a tree here, sure, why not? Big tree. There's a tree here, sure, why not? 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And you two are going to be just off the map over here with Grash. And Nordal is going to be right by this window.
Oh my gosh, he is many away.
It's okay, I got a plan.
Do it. There's a tree here too.
Whoa.
Also here. I'll give you some terrain to play with.
Six.
You know I've been playing XCOM, so.
And so yeah, I'll say it is just gonna take you. I'll say you're like literally like right on the edge here. So when you make your first 5 feet of movement, you're stepping into that square.
It'll take like 2-3 turns to get there.
Yeah, if you're dashing, it's gonna take you a minute.
Okay.
Well, 12 seconds.
Yeah, what? That's like 10 rounds.
And that'd be interesting to see if we can actually run 100 and some feet in 12 seconds.
I've thought about it, and like the run speeds in D&D are absurdly slow.
Are they
Like,
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you think about like a 40-yard dash time
That's a good point.
and like people, it's like not crazy for a person to have a sub 5-second 40-yard dash. Like that's like a pretty like normal person time.
Oh,
and
wow,
40
yeah.
yards is 120 feet.
Yeah.
So a normal person like sprinting can do like 120 feet in a turn.
Yeah, right. It says in under 6 seconds, for sure.
But they're not running in chainmail and shields.
That's true.
So.
That's true.
That'd be a very interesting campaign. Try to make yourself as a D&D character.
But then,
So Ken, how far
everyone
can you
else
jump?
everyone else at the table has to make your stats for you.
Yeah.
and you also
you roll up to the table and you're like, yeah, they got like 4 intelligence.
Damn. I mean, you can play it like Cyberpunk, where like if you get hit, you have to like roll for shock, and if you fail, you like lose actions because you're like, oh fuck, I just got shot.
Okay, and so Nordal has the first action. Let me check your character quick. I just want to see as far as Heidi stuff, if you have anything in particular with that.
The average person runs at about 8 miles an hour.
Is that like a consistent run, or is that like sprint?
It says running. Human/speed, 8 miles an hour. Or 6.5 miles. Let's see,
I'm guessing that's probably a distance then.
let's see where they're getting this from.
Because I mean, it was saying when he does like a sprinting, you can do like 28, or that's the highest ever recorded is 28 miles per hour. So.
I assume it's running.
Yeah, so I think you should be able to take a hide action if you can get into like some sort of cover. So if you wanted to like, the brush is probably a little too far away for you to get to, and then
Yeah.
also take a hide action. But some of those trees you probably could duck behind if you wanted to hide.
Okay. And then the other thing is this deck of many illusions, basically, thing that I have.
Yep.
What kind of action does that count as?
Oh yeah, so I was gonna add that into your inventory.
Sprinters who run for a short distance average 10 miles an hour. for sprinting,
Mhm.
but that's also an athlete trying to sprint.
Right. Yeah. Like a trained
Yeah.
person. I'd say we'd be kind of like at least like muscly being adventurers. So. Probably got,
Yeah.
We probably got some cardio then.
Well, I mean, like, what's your speed, like your walking speed?
So it takes an action to use a card.
Yeah, so we'd be, in D&D world, we'd be faster walkers anyway.
So
Or at least, like, because of our
Is it
steps,
my
we'd
go?
be-
Yep, it's your turn.
okay, so I'm gonna start by flipping up a card from the deck of illusions, and I'm gonna conceal it underneath the windowsill so that they don't see me flipping up the card. I flip up an ace.
Oh!
An ace of clubs.
Ace of
Okay.
clubs.
It's your dragon shore.
And so,
What a move. What a move.
an iron golem.
Let's go. I will hand you this card. That's sick.
Let me find that in my shit here.
Big boy. Work.
And then as that is going, basically I flip that up, and as that thing's like, poof, I'm like trying to I can run, I think 30 feet. So 1, 2, 3,
Sorry.
4, 5, 6.
We'll collect.
So I'm gonna be
And so
over
where,
behind that
I guess,
tree.
where are you flipping this card?
Like basically here, and the golem should be like
Just right outside the window.
just right in front of the. Like I want it to be. I want them all to see it.
Okay. So yeah, you flip this card, and let's see, probably 15-foot tall,
Oh
like
my goodness.
golem appears in the spot. Large creature.
Holy shit!
I want a, like, vicious bard to have, like a mean bard, to
Yeah.
have this deck.
Yeah.
I'll use a.
Oh, I remember that game. Oh. I didn't remember these ash people were from it though.
Mhm.
You know, that may be because we played with little Pokemon figurines. That could be
Cool.
as our figures.
Very smart.
Like we lost Monopoly pieces one time, like the little, like things. And Mom went to play it once on New Year's with friends. Like, why is there like a random Bakugan as like a Monopoly character? What happened to all the Monopoly pieces? I don't know.
Sorry, Bakugan are sick though.
Oh my god.
I used to carry them around in my pocket. I didn't know how to play, but I liked the show. And I liked the magnetic, like,
Yeah, I don't know how to
snapping
play either.
guys.
I just thought they were cool.
They're
Yeah.
so cool. I had so many.
Alright. I was gonna try and find a golem, but I didn't find one.
That's like the main thing I asked for Christmas.
So it's gonna be a ride on.
It's gray and tall.
So yeah, a iron golem appears on the spot there, and
What a pull. What a pull.
Let's go. That was lucky.
You're just like running away. You're like, let's go.
I'm curious to see how they react to this.
They piss their pants and die on the spot.
Yeah, they'll have simultaneous heart attacks.
And so yeah, and for now it's just kind of standing there. And you use your 30 feet of movement to go and hide behind the tree.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take a hide action, but you
Right.
can kind of get cover behind the tree. So if they
Yeah.
have like a ranged attack they would throw at you, you can be behind the tree and
Mhm.
get some level of cover depending on their angle they're taking it at.
And my assumption is that if there's no windows here, they can't see me, so they don't really know where I went.
Yep.
Okay.
So next is Corinth.
So am I like right there?
Yeah. I said 5 feet gets you on the map.
50, 15, 20, 25, 30, okay. I don't think I have any actions that really matter. Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. And here's what I need to assign. We're gonna say is
pink,
it,
blue, and yellow.
yeah. We're gonna say pink ash is the first one in the initiative order for the antagonists here. And Pink.
I guess I could use guiding bolt, but maybe I can't see him yet since the goal is coming.
Pink Ash, like. Pash, yeah.
Yeah, what are these? Did I have a chance to kind of glean what they were?
They said you recognize them as sort of grayish, sort of humanoid-shaped things, and one of them said words that you understood.
Yeah. Which was probably common that they were speaking.
Yeah.
Since we understood.
Yeah. That's
I mean, I speak other languages.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
just
sure.
assumed-
Yeah, the one that spoke, and I'll say it was the blue one was the one that spoke common to the other two. And the pink one is just going to use 30 feet of movement, like, towards the door. And out the door if he has it. And he's just going to go right up to the golem as far as he can. He's just going to run at it.
Damn, does he know?
And then the yellow one's going to do the same thing.
You run through.
And then it is going to be Grash's turn, and Grash is going to run and dash
60?
60. So he'll get right up next to Cornus there.
What up?
And then the blue one. The blue one is gonna kind of run to the back corner of the building. And he's gonna yell out to the other two like, wait. Don't fight that thing.
Hold up.
Get back in here.
Hold up.
And yeah, that's gonna be its whole turn. Wendell.
Wendell is gonna
Move and dash.
yes, but
Dash, dark ash.
Edgy. There has to have been a dark ash in the show sometime in its like 25-year run, right? Probably in the beginning, like the first.
I mean, that's kind of just what Gary is.
That's fair.
Wait, say that again? Sorry.
That's kind of just what Gary is.
What is
dark
he?
ash.
Oh, dark ash, yeah.
or dash.
Dashford.
The first region
Dark.
was like crazy. Like the giant Pokemon. And, like,
D-Rash.
Yeah.
Rapidash.
And Nordle, you can make your thing move as an action,
Okay.
or you can have like other actions too.
So
But if you want to move your thing, it's an action.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do a hide action for one. Do I
Okay.
need to make a roll for that?
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
I rolled a 21,
You are effectively hiding.
so concealed. And then I'm gonna make this thing kind of like pretend like it's sort of like what's going on, like because
So-
it's just got summoned. Or
so
can I do that?
It takes an action to make the thing do anything specific.
Oh. Okay, well then for this action, especially because I'm just gonna make it pantomime kind of confusion at its surrounding and then zeroing in on those two.
Said in the lack of an action or in the lack of like an assigned thing to it, it acts as it normally would.
Yeah.
So it's not just gonna.
I want to stall it though. I don't want it to walk
Okay.
right at them. I want it to sort of like pantomime like
Okay.
confusion.
So yeah, you want to specifically be like, yeah, look confused.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then
So yeah, that's
then
gonna
hone in on them.
cost you your hide action. So if you want to have it like look at them and like.
Oh,
you know,
so
look-
then I can't hide.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do? So I'm just gonna let it do its own thing then.
Okay.
And then do I have?
So you're still hiding, and you're not giving the golem any specific command.
Yeah. Could I do a hunter's mark then?
That would be bonus action. So yeah, you could hunter's
Okay.
mark the.
So I'm gonna put a hunter's mark on Pink Ash.
Okay.
So boom, and so now I get 1d6 extra on any attack
So yeah,
that
that's
hits.
your action. That's your bonus action. Guess if you want to move, you could break your stealth. That you could break your hide if you wanted. If you wanted to move.
If
but
I snuck back over here, would it break it?
I would.
I think
I would let you move and then use your hide action over there if you wanted to. I'd let you keep the roll if you wanted to. do
Okay,
that.
so hide you have to be stationary.
Hide,
Yes,
yeah.
you're hiding.
Okay, it's not like you can like.
But if you
conceal-
wanted to like rejigger this turn so that you move and then hide,
Okay,
I'll let you do that.
Okay, I just didn't understand how that worked, but I'll make sure in the future. So, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Although,
Concealed back over in this corner.
So you cast Hunter's Mark because you need to have vision to cast Hunter's Mark, and then you move and then you hide.
Yep.
Okay. We'll let that ride. Corinth. So there's like a little bit of a ruckus happening down here, and I guess you see a big golem suddenly appear.
Would the golem have done something even though I didn't?
Yeah, and it's just kind of like it's more or less just like kind of hanging out and looking around and like making note of like stuff that is moving around it seemingly.
Okay.
Can Corinth surmise that the Iron Golem is probably from the Deck of Illusions?
You can roll me and I think it's an intelligence check.
Especially because we just
It's an investigation check.
16.
That passes. So yes, you can gather that it is an illusion. A golem.
I think, Guiding Bolt's on 20 feet. So. Do I slap him with a level 1 Guiding Bolt or level 2 Guiding Bolt? I think I'll slap the pink one with the level 2 Guiding Bolt.
Okay. And that's just damage, right?
Um,
Like that auto. Does that auto?
Make a ranged spell attack against the target on a hit. So I have to roll for that?
Yep.
10 plus. Do I get the plus 5? Or is that just. Yeah, plus 5 to hit, right?
That would make sense to me, yeah. That's the number that makes sense.
So 15.
Yeah, and that hits.
Cool. And then I get 5d6.
5d6.
Yeah. It's 4d6 for a level 1, but I threw a level 2.
Holy shit.
Well, 2 just like incinerated.
Yeah, just
We're just grunt working. Like,
try to make it seem like it's like laser eyes coming from the golem.
Oh, that would have been dope. Oh, shit.
oh my god.
10, 15, 20, 26.
Jesus.
That was probably the best roll I've ever.
Yeah, you guiding bolt this thing, and it immediately is like looking real bad. It's not dead,
Holy shit, but you took like a chunk out of
but
it.
it's not very alive.
Does it have a limb that it no longer does have?
Yeah, it like takes it. You like blast it up against like the wall of this building, and it like just like it like is clearly got shaken to its core by this.
It's doing a Saving Private Ryan style opening
Yeah.
scene, like.
It's also got advantage.
If it makes it through this, it's gonna have PTSD forever.
Fuck.
Anytime it thunders out.
Sounds good. We better kill this thing, guys.
Anybody's got
The rest of its life is gonna be very sad.
Oh god.
any attacks until next turn. I think also advantage from
Yep,
Guiding Bolt.
I
so,
think it's just the next attack.
yeah, probably.
What are you drinking tonight?
The next
Relics.
attack.
Nice.
The next attack roll made against this target for the end of your next turn. So,
Yeah.
So it's the next turn or next attack, whether it's.
The next attack, as long as it happens before your turn.
I think it's even through the end of my turn, so I think I can even take advantage of it.
And it is that Ash's turn, I guess, and it got instructions from Blash to dive back into the house, and so it's gonna do that. It's gonna run inside happily, like
It's gonna slump inside.
Yeah.
From inside.
kind of, I guess, up towards the back wall again. Like, yeah, kind of in front of Blue Ash, but it's up against him, sort of. And then Yash is gonna do the same.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my god, you guys. We need
You
to.
have a big enough lance, just like.
Yeah, we need to fucking surround these guys. We need to encircle them.
And Grash is gonna run 60 feet up towards the building. Gonna just right up towards the goo. Well, here. I'll roll an intelligence check for him to see if he understands what's happening with that golem. He'll get an advantage because he knows you have the deck. Not much better. He does not fully grasp what's happening with this golem.
Guess I could have yelled at him.
And so yeah, he's gonna start heading kind of towards where Nordal went. He's gonna start kind of looping around that way, but he's gonna dash action, so he's gonna take 60 feet of movement kind of around this perimeter of the building.
So are diagonals all 5 feet, or is it the thing where it's like one diagonal's 5, then the next is 10?
I'd just call them all 5.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
It's like kind of cheating 40, a little bit.
50, 55, 60.
You're rule 0.
I'll get a hex map one of these days and solve it.
That actually sounds interesting.
And then it is Blash's turn. Blash'll. So Blash takes a look at the golem outside and is like, "Hey, wait a minute. This is some bullshit." And he's like, "Hold up, boys. I think we're getting got on this one. I don't think it's real. But also, you got fucking shit on Pash.
It's like you're still getting fucked up.
We should still hide, but I don't think that thing outdoors is like what we really need to hide from." And
I'll be the Batman.
he's gonna run up like against the sort of wall near to me. He's not gonna be in front of the door or in front of the window, but he's gonna get like up against the wall there. And he is gonna take a hide action.
And which one was marked? It was the pink one that was marked, right?
The pink one is marked, yeah.
Okay.
And he does pretty good on his hide.
Wait, is he marked and my mark too? Because you hunter marked.
I hunter marked him, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so he's just got like double pinged.
Yeah.
And I get to reset my hunter's mark if I.
Yeah.
No,
It just costs you a bonus action to move
Yeah.
it. And that is Wendell's turn.
Go Wendell. Oh, can I yell to Wendell and just say, "Hey, that iron golem's on our side"?
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you give me an intelligence check with advantage, Wendell? Or investigation check with advantage.
Advantage thing. Oh my god. 9.
So yeah, you hear Corinth yell out that the golem is like on your side, but you've never seen this thing. You don't know this golem, and you're a little leery of it still. So take your action with that in mind. That you like still are like one of your friends has told you not to worry about this thing, but you're not so sure.
Wow.
It's pretty imposing standing there. 15 feet tall.
You fought bigger things.
30.
That turtle was bigger.
Except it wasn't made of fucking metal.
Yeah, I think we'll just run for this tree.
This fight is way weirder than I thought it was gonna be.
Hell yeah. It's kind of sick.
When he wants to meet up with you to try to figure out what the plan is.
I was not expecting these guys to be like hiding and taking cover. In the Alright, and that is Nordal's turn.
It's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I probably see that Wendell is kind of turtle powering it over. So I'm gonna
Turtle Bro.
And I'll say, like, in this kind of corner of the building you're at, like I said, it's sort of a collapsed part of the building. Sort of roof isn't there, walls are down.
Can I kind of
like,
slip in through here?
If you wanted to move into the building from this corner, I would let you do it as difficult terrain or whatever the term is for it. So basically, every square would cost you every foot would cost you 2 feet of movement.
Would I have any cover or elevation in there?
I would maybe give you like half cover in there if you were like still in that pile of rubble.
Okay. So I'm gonna see Wendell hustling over here, and I'm gonna say like, "Golem's okay," and I'll be like, "Deck," and then you'll be like, and then I'll go like, "Pop, pop, pop," and like sneak into the.
Go.
Yeah, and going dark. And fucking operator.
10.
10. 10. I kind of want to stay here because having a few that they have to like.
I'll say as long as you're like within the bounds of that red line, you'll have half cover.
Yeah. Okay. But I just want to make it harder for them to get close to me, so I'm
And
gonna stay
they're-
with that square.
Yeah, I'll say they'll also have half cover if you're trying to shoot out of there.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to like find like a spot, but I just want to stay a little bit safe. Like.
And are you just squatting in there right now, or are you
Yeah, so I just moved in there, and I'm gonna try to take another shot at Pink Ash.
at Pink Ash? Okay.
And also that's right. I could do. Don't I get a free? Okay, yeah, I get to do a free 1d6 piercing damage on Pink Ash.
What's the range on it?
God, it doesn't actually say. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything, but I can actually move stuff. It doesn't have any.
Yeah,
range.
it has dash foot reach, which undefined reach.
So
Maybe
I
it depends
think-
on what it is.
I think.
Miniature twig blades. What is that? Twig blades.
So the way I guess I would read this is if you make an attack and connect, you can do another d6 of damage on it. I guess is how I would read that. That's not how we did it last time.
Let me just look it up.
That's kind of how I would read it based on the description I'm seeing in front of me.
Groot?
Yeah, it's like a.
Like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy Groot?
Yeah, it's like a plant that can move around.
Neat.
The twig blade
Immediately
is a
after
winking
you hit a
plant
creature
that
with an
resembles a
attack.
woody shrub
So, yeah.
that can float
So it's like
through
an
the
extra
ground.
one. It's an extra.
It's an extra
D6.
d6. It's an
So-
extra hunter's mark.
So
Basically,
if
that you can
I-
do if you want to be damaged.
If I attacked Pink Ash, I would get an extra
Figure out how.
2d6 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's. I guess I'll just I'll just shoot an
Twist like a
arrow
raccoon
at
with
Pink
a
Ash then.
Twig blade.
And can I tell what they are by the time I'm in here?
Roll me a nature check.
Nature.
I got a
Oh my
23.
god!
Woo!
That was a nat.
Nice.
You are rolling crazy.
Yeah.
Looking at Pash, you would recognize him as a
Beat the fuck up.
he's a ghoul.
Cool.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure to maybe try to capture one of these so we can try to find where the kids are.
Maybe we don't want to kill him.
Well, yeah.
Then we'll talk about that
you
on
did.
the way down here.
Yeah. We do want to kill. We want to somehow.
Seriously, what? At least keep one of them alive.
We want to incapacitate them. Just to stand.
Yeah.
I was looking at stats. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I don't want to look at its stats. I don't want to metagame. Okay, my turn yet?
I haven't shot yet, so I'll shoot.
And he's got half cover, so he's gonna have a +2 bonus to his AC because you're shooting
Okay.
out of the wood pile.
So
Oh,
roll a 9.
That was still a 9. Oh my gosh.
A 9 with your. Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
That's great. +7.
Laughs in DM. Ha
Ha ha ha ha.
No shot. And it is Pash's turn. And so Pash has been informed by Blash that the golem is not to be actually feared. He's also just been shot at, I guess, from the corner over there. And so, oh no, you have advantage on that attack.
Yeah,
Oh, because I was concealed.
No,
No,
Oh.
marked. He's marked.
I'm marked.
Oh, because he's marked. Oh,
I'm a
right.
guiding bolt.
because of guiding bolt.
Right.
Go! Let's go!
That's 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I get an extra 2d6 attack on him.
So yeah, it should
Plus
be
1d8 plus
3. Yeah. And I'll say it doesn't matter what you roll. He's dead.
Okay, he's dead.
Roll it anyway, just for shits and giggles. Why not? Just for
See how dead.
Just for
See
S's and
how
D's.
See if we can intimidate his other party members.
Yeah, see if we can kind of splatter him against the wall here. I got 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 3 is 17.
You like put an arrow into him, and it like he was like kind of looking a little tattered before he even got there, and you like put an arrow into him, and it fully like just like passes right on through, and you're like, man, that's like a bigger hole than what an arrow should be.
I take a step back on the.
He's already tenderized.
And he slumps down to the ground, and you still have your bonus action left.
Oh, so I'm going to move Hunter's Mark onto Blash.
On to Blash. Okay.
Take out
So
the smart one.
yeah, now it is.
Or keep the smart one.
Now it is Yash's turn. And
But the smart one might be able to stand up to questioning.
What's Yash doing?
Yes.
Yash Queen.
Yash looks at Pash and is like,
He pours one out.
Pash was the slayingest queen among us. But Yash is going to run at Nordle.
Oh, shit.
15, 20, 25, 30, so he's going to get right to the edge there. And he's going to dash to get up on him.
That is Yash.
And he used his action to do that, so he does not. I don't know
What a
what anything else he can do.
Wonders. I don't see anybody right now.
Yeah, so he's just gonna get right up on Nordle, and that's gonna be his turn. It is Grash's turn. Which Grash has heard the grumblings that this golem is fine, but again, he's gonna still need. Oh, he crits on his. Well. he knows. He's like, oh, okay, I get it.
He's like,
now.
all right.
And he's gonna take 30 feet towards the golem.
5, 10, 15, 20.
And he's gonna try and hurtle through that window. And he's gonna make an acrobatics check. It's enough. It's not the cleanest like hurdle through a window you've made, but he's not like dying about it.
Cut his leg open.
And
Rash gets a
how many feet was it for him to get up to the wall?
5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, so yeah, that's gonna cost him all of his movement that he's got to get through the window there.
Okay.
And so he
Who's friend? Who's foul?
I'm colorblind. I can't tell which is green.
So yeah, that's gonna be Grash's turn. And now is Blash, who also understands that the golem is not real, and so he's gonna run right up on Grash.
Sorry, took my brain a second.
And the geese.
He's gonna say,
You are my brother. I trusted you. You're supposed to destroy the city.
from my point of view, the ghouls are evil.
And
Was I scaring you?
You just look like the chair moved.
Sorry.
and Blash is gonna try and bite Grash.
Oh,
But-
shit.
Oh, cause ghoul. I'm like, wait, what?
Did ghouls turn other people into ghouls?
That definitely hits.
I guess I don't know.
I mean, I know they do in like a lot of war, but I don't know how D&D ghouls work.
Um,
Getting the bad holes out, you know. 12. Although, I used double my luck on that guiding bolt.
and Grash is very hurt
No, dude, Crash always is.
He's not
he has to get fucked
down,
up.
but that bite definitely like took a major chunk. He like bites him on the shoulder and like rips a full on chunk out of Grash.
Oh,
Has this happened to Grash before?
Crash is the designated meat shield.
hey, it saves me from getting hit. Have you guys even gotten hit yet?
I don't think I.
The campaign, you mean?
Yeah.
Today or during the campaign?
At all in the campaign, have either of you?
I think I got bit by a snake once. I think.
Wendell. Roll me investigation with advantage for this golem that you're still a little leery of.
19.
That makes it.
19. Plus, whatever. Non-natural 20.
Yeah, so you know what the deal is with this golem now.
Great. Can I move it?
No.
Okay. Just make it take like a few steps so it like
So yeah, you saw
reinstills that fear.
you saw Nordle start climbing into kind of the wreckage in this quarter of the building. You saw Grash like hurtle through the window there. You probably heard Grash cry out as he got bit bad by this thing.
Here we go, guys.
I can
Immediately.
make it to here. Would I be able to like stab a javelin through
Does
the
Any
window?
Does a javelin have reach? I don't think
It says
you could throw a javelin.
I could
properties
throw it.
thrown.
Yeah, simple thrown in range.
So I would let you throw a javelin, but you would not be able to reach it with a melee attack from there.
Okay.
Throwing might be
Yeah,
weird.
that's probably the spear, right? The spear.
No, the spear's not ranged either. It's the lance is the 10-foot range one.
Yeah, reach 5 feet. Javelin, reach 5 feet.
Okay. So yeah, we'll do that, and then we will smote.
Well, you got it. Make sure you hit first.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I have the right. Oh, that's an actual spell, isn't it? Right.
Smite.
Yes, I do have a smite
Probably.
ready.
It's a channel divinity, I think technically.
During this entire fight, that golem's just been like T-posing
Yeah.
outside.
For dumb.
It like really threw a wrench in everything on this. Like
Let's go.
it did fully nothing, but also did everything.
Yeah, man. It's not about what it does. It's about what they think it'll do.
I could channel divinity, but channel divinity is spectral vines, and I could not choose to keep them away from Ash. And I would like to keep them away from Grash because.
So yeah, you could throw a javelin, and then can you smite on javelins?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can smite on just a tap.
Any-
Dude, how sick is
weapon.
that? Just like
Any weapon attack you can smite on, I think.
Yes.
like a gleaming javelin.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh shit. 17 to hit. Oh wait. 17 plus something.
Okay, that hits him. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It hit even without the plus something.
Oh, neat. Fantastic. Okay, so then
Let's go.
fires a weapon, white hot attack, 1 extra. Okay, 1d6. And sorry, I was unprepared. That was aggressive. Spells.
That's like
What is
a-
that? Feature actions. There it is. Alright, and then javelin is 1d6 plus 4. So
Trying to save a slot to cure wounds. So I'm probably not doing this battle.
4 plus 4, 8.
8 damage?
And schmoted. Yes.
Smoke that.
8 total damage with their being schmoted.
Does having Hunter's Mark on it do anything?
No. Just
Not
for,
for me.
just for your
Just-
damage.
Okay.
8 damage.
Of fire damage.
Oh, fire? Okay.
Fire.
In this dismantling shack.
Fire damage, not like lighting fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Nordle.
Don't let him buy you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't really get any sort of benefit from fighting anything up close. So I should
No,
just
in fact, you get a negative from it. You get attacks with your bow will be at disadvantage if you're within melee range of a thing.
You don't have any.
Is it gonna cost me 10 movement to move out here, or 5 movement to move out
10
here?
movement.
And he gets opportunity.
And he'll get an opportunity on you.
Okay. Maybe moving in there was sort of an overreach.
You're gonna fuck on my pink ash. I'm gonna.
That's fair.
Yeah, the only way you can attack with melee is you'd have to drop your bow.
So I'm just gonna try to fire a quick shot at
Yep.
Yellow Ash.
So yeah, you can attack Yellow Ash at disadvantage. So roll 2d20s and take the lower.
If
number.
I shot over Yellow Ash,
It'd still be a disadvantage.
but since it's on a Hunter's Mark blue,
Hunter's Mark has nothing to do with advantage.
it's okay. It's just
tracking.
damage. Okay. All right. So just onto yellow. So attack yellow.
Let's go!
So 12 or else 19, 12.
12. Just hits.
Oh,
Let's go!
okay, so I get to do a D8 plus a D6.
Let's go!
11.
11. Okay. You definitely didn't hit it as bad as the guiding bolt did, but it like is a solid hit on this thing. It like definitely like lurches back upon this hit. It definitely felt that.
Does smacking it still make it so if I move away from it, it'll proc and
Yep.
You can proc your swarm.
Oh, but I just added
But
that
he
damage.
used the D6 was that.
Oh, okay, so it's one or the other on that.
Is there any sort of like hunker down action I can do?
Well, you used your action to attack. You could.
Oh, as an action, you can withdraw it.
Yeah. If you wanted to use an action to disengage, you could have done that.
You can click bonus action and it shows you what you can do.
Ensnaring Strike or Hunter's Mark. So I guess I could try to do an Ensnaring Strike.
Is a ensnaring strike?
I think I have to.
Is ensnaring strike? Is ensnaring strike concert? God damn it!
Oh yeah, it just says.
Is
the
it a
next
concentration?
time- it says concentration.
Okay, so if you were to use ensnaring strike, your hunter's mark would go down.
Okay, never mind then. I'm just gonna probably get fucked up by this yellow guy, but it's okay.
You got 17 AC. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You guys have 1,000,000 AC for this level. You guys are not going to scale into late game, but you guys are really strong right now.
Hell yeah. And we haven't even been fighting. It's alright.
You guys are at like peak strength right now.
Fuck.
The plateau. You're the big fish in the small pond, but then we're gonna move into the big pond.
Yeah, then.
The small fish.
There's always a bigger fish. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, Corinth.
Football players in high school. Peaking early.
Prom Kings.
So if I move like right here, can I see through the golem and see him?
You cannot see through the golem.
I mean, you know that the golem's an illusion, so it's not solid.
Yeah, but I have to like see something.
Yeah,
to,
a lot of attacks are
To
thing
shoot.
you can see.
You could try to get an angle on him.
Go to the street.
Yeah, can I see in the corner?
Yeah, I'll say I'll give him half cover from there though. Just because it's a weird angle. If you were to try and slip it through between the golem into the window to hit the brash.
It can go, if you can see him, it can go through the golem, can it?
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah.
see through the golem.
But if you
No,
can see
yeah,
him,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that's true. Because, if you know the golem is fake and you can see the thing, the golem is not actually an obstruction. Yeah, I'll let you attack regularly. I'll give you that. Since you don't care if you're hitting the golem or not.
Yeah, let's go! Oh yeah, I was gonna do gunning bolt by the way. I think I'll just do a level 1 gunning bolt this time. So that would be 4.
I assume you hit.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's a 24.
Yeah.
I rolled the 19 now. Let's go! 14.
14, yeah.
So not as strong as a hit as the last one.
Do you like the...
And this one, it definitely, again, you see, a bolt, thump into this thing, and it gets, staggered for a second. It's damn. But it definitely doesn't look as bad as Pash did after getting hit by a guiding bolt. But it now has a glowing aura around it because now the next person who swings on it gets advantage.
A mystical dim light glittering on the target.
Okay, Pash is dead. Are you done?
Yeah. Well, wait. Sorry. Well, I can do Shield of Faith as a bonus action. Oh, it's a first level side. Yeah.
Dude, these guys are hardcore surrounded right now.
Yep. Go ahead, sir.
They do have cover.
So it is now Yash's turn, and Yash is gonna attack the fellow in front of him, Mr. Mortal with Tortle.
Alright.
And he is going to also try and bite you.
Try will bite.
That's a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Should have tried to claw you. That would have been a 17, and that does hit, right?
Does Ty go to the defender?
No,
Ty goes to the attacker.
Okay, so yeah, it would have hit them.
Oh well.
Retroactively.
He made a big swing and he missed.
He bit and just like, Kong around my shell.
But bit his own tongue.
Yeah.
Ew.
Dude.
That's the worst.
He licks your ear.
Oh, that's worse than
Psychological damage.
Psychic damage?
Yeah.
It's a wet willy, but directly. Right from the source. It is Grash's turn.
I was in my management techniques class, and my professor was saying that to see if like a drugged animal is like still awake and not like overdosed on the drug, you like give them a wet willy because it's an unconscious reaction. So like they still have like the brain still perceives it, so you like
Yeah.
like when you get your knee hit up.
Yeah.
Or it's like if you're like, if the paramedics want to make sure that you're actually knocked out, they'll rub their fist on your sternum. Because if somebody else does that, it's like, ah!
Yeah.
For some reason, when you do it to yourself, it doesn't hurt that bad or anything. But
It hurts if somebody else does it.
if somebody else does it, it's like, ah!
Yeah, because you can like put a lot of pressure on it, and it hurts more.
Oh,
like,
pressure, not like just like.
yeah, just like touching them. Like
Well, yeah, not just like, but for some reason I thought like the actual like rubbing experiences, but maybe it's just the pressure on it. I don't know. For some, I just like
It's kind of like tickling. You can't really tickle yourself that much.
no.
Except on your most sensitive.
Yeah.
Grash
Your brain
tries
doesn't
to
understand
attack this the blue ash with his scimitar, but it does not connect.
Skinny.
Even with advantage, it does not connect.
God, what a nerd.
Either
You took my advantage, damn it!
he swings, he misses, and your thingamajig, your aura dissipates.
Everyone like a day after we are. What am I gonna do for work now?
Implying he survives this fight.
Yeah.
I'll stabilize him. I'll make sure.
And he's gonna use a cunning action, which is some rogue shit, and he's going to disengage from Blash and kind of move into the corner of the building there, nearest. Yeah, right there. Just gonna back off.
Hold up.
And that's his turn. And now it is Blash's turn. And
Beat the shit out of him again.
Blash is gonna run right up to Grash, I guess. And I'll say, I guess technically, if you want to take an opportunity attack on him as he's moving past the window, you can do
Love
that.
to. What do I do for that?
Just roll an attack.
Damage or attack?
I'd roll an attack.
Okay.
Gotta hit first.
11
Nope.
plus something.
Maybe.
I can't read that. That red is not.
I had a javelin, so plus 6.
Yes, that hits.
17.
Let's go!
Damage. D6 plus 4. So 5. Damage.
That's some.
Yeah, you catch him with a decent one. Like he feels it a little bit. And Blash is gonna swing on Grash. He's gonna try and use his claws this time.
No.
He sees that Grash is down over here. He sees that he's hurt, and he's like taking a safe one and going with his claws right.
Oh,
trying to bite him
fuck,
again.
eh? Oh, shit.
That definitely hits. What's Grash's?
That'd have been dope if, like, we had a strong enough attack where you could just attack the shack and make it, like, collapse.
Yeah.
That's like 2d6.
That's dope.
That's
So I'd make it better.
Grash is down.
No.
Down, not dead?
Not dead, but downed.
Alright.
Stay there.
Good meat shielding, Grash. I yelled at from the corner.
I got one spell slot left. So.
And Nordle, you want to roll me a con save?
No, I don't.
Wait,
Or not Nordle, Wendell.
Okay.
So, whoa! Wowee.
A big ol' 4 there, bud.
So Wendell, you are now poisoned. And which means you're poisoned until the start of your next turn. And so any attack rolls you make, any attack rolls and ability checks are going to be made at disadvantage.
Okay.
Until the start of your next turn. And I'm going to go pee.
Whoa!
I know.
That's crazy. Ooh, that's a nice pizza.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, damn.
A pizza?
Just a picture of
Ever
it.
grilled pizza?
I'm so fun. Grilled pizza? Interesting.
But I bet it's good.
I did it. Take like dough and then you like, roll it out and then you put it on the grill and like 75% heat for like 2 minutes, and then you take it off, flip that side, the cooked side up, put all your stuff on it, and you put it back on to melt the cheese and to finish the cooking on the bottom.
Nice.
And then usually what I do is I broil it for like however long just to like get the cheese brown and stuff. Pretty good.
Nice. One of my partners reheats pizza solely in a pan. So like pan frying pizza by reheating it.
I used to
Good, yeah.
I used to do that until I got an air fryer.
Ooh.
Air fryers are really good for it.
Nordle, it's your turn.
Reheat French fries and crap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the only way to.
Who's looking
What about
worse,
Wendell's
yellow
turn?
ash or blue ash?
What about Wendell's turn?
Oh, didn't you get a turn?
Don't I go last?
Oh, yeah, because we rolled your con save. Yeah, but we didn't actually roll your turn. Okay, yeah, so you're up.
Thank you.
Vault.
Can Wendell make it through the window?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think Wendell wants to go through the window, but otherwise Wendell can't do anything. So
I'll, why don't you make me an acrobatics check to shimmy through the window, and unless you, like, catastrophically, like, the roll you get here is going to determine how many feet of movement it takes to get through the window.
pray for you guys.
And don't you have disadvantage on this roll?
It's true, it is an ability check, so you get it at disadvantage. Because you're poisoned.
I thought that was until my next turn.
Yeah.
Or is that after the end of my turn?
No, it kicks in at the start of your turn and continues until the start of your next turn.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so 4.
A 4. I'm going to say it takes you
I'm not acrobatic.
25 feet of movement to get through this window.
So I have 5 more feet of movement.
You have 5 more feet.
Perfect.
I don't know if I want to move closer or farther away.
Well, what weapon are you thinking about using?
I can do a longsword, I guess. Okay, we'll smash him with a sword.
So you're going to move closer?
So we'll move closer and we'll smash him with the sword.
Okay.
And we will, if we hit, we will apply Searing Smite and smote him. 13 plus, whatever.
It hits.
Nice. 1d8 and it's plus 4 and Searing Smite is a d6. Okay. 12 plus 4.
Let's go.
So 16. Damage.
And down down goes Blash.
Yeah.
Let's
Wait,
go!
So you swat him in the back. He's like gloating over Grash, like, yeah, we'll kill dude's
I didn't want to hurt him that bad. Dang.
Well, you can make it you can just say non-lethal, right? And make it non-lethal.
I'm gonna say if you're applying a smite,
Yeah,
you can't necessarily dial it back in a non-lethal way because you're lighting
I-
him on
okay.
fire.
I forgot we wanted to keep Blash alive.
No, it's okay. We can just get Yash.
Can you yell at Nordle to make sure keep him alive?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Keep him alive.
Yeah. That's fine.
We fucked up.
No, and I think, don't you want the dumber one? I feel like they're willing to spill the secrets more.
You just want as many people as possible.
Yeah.
I suppose.
You can kill him later if you have to.
I suppose. I just don't know how do you non-lethally take one of these guys down? Can I try to grapple?
Yeah. Basically, you have to declare ahead of your attack that you're trying to do non-lethal damage. In which case, you would be like, yeah, I bang it with the back of my sword rather than the blade or whatever.
Flat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so is it my turn?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Then yes.
I think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna
I think
move
so.
for my bonus action. I'm gonna move Hunter's Mark onto Yellow Ash. Then, I'm going to. If I stay within his range while I move, I don't proc an opportunity attack, right?
Correct.
So go boom, boom, and then I use my swarm to disengage here. Oh wait, can I do that though? Because that's I already used my bonus action to move. Yeah, it's a special action. It's not a bonus action.
Yeah, it says, like, the way it's written is, once on each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you in one of the following ways immediately after you hit a creature with an attack. So you have to make an attack first.
Oh,
and
okay,
connect with
okay.
it, and then you can do whatever you want after.
Oh, okay.
That's not how we did it in the rat thing, but we were...
But that's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna, swing for, and so I have disadvantage, and
If you're going to shoot with your bow, it's going to be a disadvantage.
so I'm gonna swing with my longbow. 14 plus 7 is 21, or 17.
That hits.
Okay. So, I'm gonna strike him, and he gets 1d8 plus 3. I think I forgot to add the plus 3 in the last one, but whatever. So 1d8 plus 3 plus 1d6. And I'm gonna try to...
You're trying to do non-lethal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to roll this non-lethal. So, that's 16 damage.
Yep. And with that, I'll say you put one, like... You put an arrow in his name.
Yeah.
He is clearly, like, debilitated by this to the point that he is, like, reduced to 0 at HP, like...
Does he surrender?
Like, goes down unconscious, but is, like, still alive.
Oh, let's
Like-
go. He falls down and I shoot him in the knee and bumps his head. Okay. So then, that's combat?
Yeah, and you guys are no longer in initiative.
Alright.
Damn, we
Good.
slacked.
That was a good fight!
You guys beat those guys way harder than I thought you would.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Dude, the golem works, and then the golem, it goes, and then it...
Bye forever. My card is gone.
Like, goodbye! Goodbye!
So let's stabilize Grash real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to make death save for Grash. He failed this first one.
It's okay though, right?
You need
Somebody needs to roll a medicine check on him.
Who's best
I got
person?
a +5.
Okay, go for it.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah. So he stabilizes. So he's at 0 HP, but he's still unconscious, but he's not making death saves anymore.
Do I wanna? Can I? So I have one spell slot left.
Mhm.
Can I command Yash to like give us information that we seek?
What is the spell you're trying to use?
Command. I mean, it says a one-word command.
Read the spell.
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Roll me an Arcana check.
15.
You would recognize that this creature is undead.
Oh, I turned undead, man. I could have undeaded that guy.
Also, it's like 9:14. I gotta work at 8. So.
I was thinking we could try to take this back with us. Maybe not bring it into town,
Take
but
the ghoul.
yeah, hold it somewhere outside of town, and then we can get important people in the town involved.
Yeah, time to do a tree outside or something. Yeah.
What did you say?
I said in the torture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can like get information out of them. We should probably search for. Quickly search for like information on if these children have actually been eaten.
Everybody, roll me investigation.
19. Or we start 18.
Oh, 10.
Nordal, you find, like, kind of near this kind of pile of rubble in the corner, you find, like, a hatch in the floor.
Oh, let's go!
Tune in next
Oh my
time.
god!
You guys almost just left.